Hey, welcome guys to episode 30 of Two Beerded Guys.
3.
Oh, I was like,
3.
I thought her name was Two Beerded Guys. He goes 3, and I was like, fuck, did we, how drunk was I?
Wait, I had the opportunity to make a Keystone reference on 30, and I didn't even think about it.
Oh, darn. As always, I am TBG underscore ops guy.
Mudhog, B&Q.
With us today, for Pete.
Ugly Pete.
And behind the camera, the one and only
Oscar Matt.
Welcome back, guys. We're excited to have this episode.
Yeah.
By the way, we'll go ahead and get this out of the way. It's
Yeah.
been 106 days since a beard accident.
I got trimmed today. I was real nervous, but I have confidence in my guys, so.
I haven't been able to get into
Good.
mine yet, so I just haven't touched it because I don't want that
Thank
to go
you.
back to zero.
Yeah.
After the last one, I get a little worried anymore.
Right.
But we have a great lineup. We have 9 beers set up tonight. It's going to be a good time. Our scheduled guest, PJ, was unable to make it because of some work stuff. We're going to reschedule him in November. I'm still excited to have him on, so we're going to make sure we get him on the books. Luckily, Pete Farrar here decided
Yes.
to help us out.
Thank you, Ugly Pete.
Ugly Pete's good to us. But I'm excited. It should be a good time. Matt, most anticipated beer.
I've actually got quite a few I'm really looking forward to, but if I had to pick a favorite, it's probably going to be that 18th Street Stout, just because it's breakfast stout. It's a special run. I think it's kind of boozy, so checks a lot of boxes.
And the only stout of the night.
And the only stout of the night. Although I'm really looking forward to a lot of the stuff that isn't stouts tonight, oddly. So
Right.
Jonathan.
You know, that Heady Topper, it's a well-known IPA that I've never had before. I guess I've been making it since 2003. So, you know, it's I've never had it. I'm excited for it. It's supposed to be real good, so words tough.
Ugly Pete.
I've only changed it 3 times now, so the Hall of Truth has now jumped up to the front of something I want to try. It could be the artwork.
the Temple Run looking artwork.
The
It
Temple
looks
Run
pretty
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to have to go. I'm hoping they redeem themselves. I'm going with the Listerman Haterade. For one, they called it Haterade, and that just makes me happy.
I forgot we had this.
But I'm just hoping Listerman redeems themselves. You know, they've always done real well with their stouts for us. We had a really bad beer by them not that long ago. I'm hoping they redeem themselves.
Did you ever hear back from Kevin about that? Didn't he take one, John?
He said we'll just drink it the next brew day. So,
I mean, the longer that sits, probably not the better.
It can't get much
it
worse.
can't get much worse. We rated it as 0.25.
Yeah, a consensus 0.25.
Consensus. So yeah, there's no getting worse than that.
Like I've never seen that. That's bad.
Tyler just had PTSD.
I did a little bit. But yeah, so don't forget we do after the show we record our Two Beerded Guys drunk movie reviews every week. The last 2 we just did went live this past week. Look them up. You can find us on Spotify. You can just Google Two Beerded Guys drunk movie reviews, and all of them will be on there. It's through Russell's podcast site.
Yep.
Through Turf's Up Radio. Our last 2 was the original 1979 Muppets movie and A Knight's Tale. They both are live right now. Go in there.
Yeah.
Go in
So
there.
good.
Listen to them. They're only 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Give them a listen. For one, right now we're kicking all of Turf's Up Radio's ass on podcasts. So it's fantastic. Nobody's keeping up with us. So go in there and give it a listen and just keep jacking our numbers because Russell is a little jealous right
He's
now.
a little
So
jealous. That's all right.
Speaking of, Russell checked in. So what's up, guys?
what's up,
Hey, those
Russ?
comments are working. That's good.
What's up, Russ? So yeah, go ahead and take a listen. Don't forget, follow, smash that like button, subscribe, like the videos to all our stuff, especially on YouTube. That'll really help us out. But we are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Untapped, TikTok, and check out our website where you can find a lot of our cool merch on Facebook store or on our website, www.twobeerdedguys.com. Everything's the Two Beerded Guys.
I
So
just posted a new blog post today.
damn, you're on top of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, take a look, guys. We love it if you follow and like on everything because we do a little bit of different stuff on all of them. Other than that, John, do we have any more housekeeping stuff that I missed?
Well, not that I know of. There's something else. We'll get to it.
Exactly. So far, I think
We got a 2-hour show.
I kind of think I'm on top of it for once. Our scoring. So Pete knows, and which means I would have forgot, so I'm going to go ahead and do it now. We do the Untapped scoring 0.25 to 5 score. We recently did have our first 5 a few weeks ago. And then we've also had our only 0.25. So we've actually hit both ends of the Untapped score now.
Hit it from both ends. Good for us.
3 is a 3 is a perfectly average beer on our score list. 4 or higher as we're searching it out. That's a really, really good beer. 5 is... That's an automatic top 10 at the moment when you try it. So if I give it a 5, any of these beers a 5, that automatically they bumped into my top 10 all-time beers at that moment. The opposite direction, under 3 is going below average. You hit 2, you'll still drink it. Under 2 heading to 1 is when you're like, 1 or lower is I will drink water. I will drink just about anything else over that. So that's kind of the way our scoring goes, and I would have forgot since Pete's now been on the episode 4 times, or only 4-time person.
Golf clap.
So I knew I'd forget, so I'm getting it out of the way now.
Perfect.
While you reach for the first beer, we got a couple of other people joining. Dale's on. Says, boo, it's Tyler.
Fuck off, Dale.
Russell also says, calm down, Tyler. And Randy Moisner.
Russell's just mad he's getting his ass kicked in the podcast.
Randy says, what's up, guys? And you, Tyler. So
What's up, Randy?
You got a target today, man.
He wonders why he's abrasive in that game.
I'm the one that got my eye bit by a woman.
Yeah, you did.
Which, okay, yeah.
I'm the abrasive one. He's the one in fights. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I just get drunk too much.
Aren't I the one that has to have a liver transplant?
Yeah.
Not real life. On a game John plays.
Yeah.
All right. Our first drink of the night is the Dudes Brewing Company's Peach Berliner Weiss. It's from their Juice Box series.
Okay.
It's an ale with natural flavors. It's from Los Angeles County. 4.5% Berliner. So pretty standard there. Peaches come from a can. They were put there by a man. Oh, I
yes.
love it. Yes.
Can I change my favorite beer to...
In a brewery downtown. Sorry we couldn't help ourselves. Behold the nectar of the beer gods, our seasonal peach ale. This Berliner Weiss style brew is a little sweet, a little sour, and a whole lot of refreshing. With big flavor and a low alcohol content, it's the perfect dude to soak in that summer SoCal sun. With moving to the country, gonna drink me a lot of Juice Box peaches. Okay, we'll stop. Cheers, dude.
Awesome. I wonder if it's going to be like a smoothie style or not. It didn't really say.
Just says Berliner Weiss.
So is that not necessarily automatically a smoothie?
Right.
Okay. I just learned something.
Smoothie styles are going to be that chunky...
I knew that was the
hazy,
thicker, but I thought that was kind of innately the way that Berliner Weiss was going, so not the case, huh?
Not the case.
Okay.
Just so oftentimes the Berliner Weiss is what they use as the base for those big chunky smoothie beers.
I like them chunky.
You know what we've said about that tonight already. We've got a good personality.
All right, Cam. All right, make sure we don't have...
Ooh.
Good looking artwork on there, too.
Yeah, I like it.
It smells amazing.
Oh, man. It smells like one of those like little circle peaches candies.
Oh, I hope it doesn't taste like that.
Yeah, those things I'm not a big fan of.
I love them
like
as
the
a
smell of
candy. I don't like them in a drink.
I've never had them in a drink, so.
A little bit sweet, a little bit of tart.
Yeah.
Definitely use fresh peaches.
Yeah.
Or at least the best puree ever that tastes like it.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, that nose is real sweet. The O-ring, the peach O-ring candies, Matt nailed it there. It's what that nose is. The body's light, crisp. Definitely a great outdoor hot day.
Yeah.
I'd love to drink this by the pool.
It's refreshing for sure.
Yeah, a little dry. You're definitely going to keep wanting to drink more, so you have to watch out.
But at 4% and change, I mean that's pretty crushable.
Yeah.
The can's not wrong. Little sweet, little sour, and very refreshing. They nailed their description.
Yeah. It's just... I don't know what else to add to that. I mean, you just described it. It's what it is. The can was a perfect description. Aroma's great. Doesn't come through on the tongue as much, but...
No, the aroma
Yeah, that'd be my critique.
oversells that peach a little bit.
Yeah, the smell doesn't, the taste doesn't quite cash in the smell rights.
See, I'm going to disagree just a little bit because I think the smell's giving you that artificial smell. That's why we think peach O-ring candy. It's that candy smell. This gives you more of a fresher,
fresh peach.
It's more of a fresh peach, which that's why I like the flavor so much. Is it's giving you that little bit of tart. Maybe not a quite perfectly ripe peach, just that slightly tart still, a little sweet.
I could agree.
It's definitely not overly sour. I mean, it's got a little bit of that bitterness, and more of a bitterness than sour.
Yeah, it's tart but not puckery.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy we're starting off with this tonight.
Yeah.
That's a good way to start.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. No, there's a little bit of that in me.
It almost tastes like a cider to me. It's because of that fresh peach, and it's not the candy. It's not artificial.
It's not
really
that
good.
over sugared cider either.
Right.
It's more of like one of those good cider companies that give you the good, not the like, we're just going to dump a bucket of sugar in this.
Right. It's the only cider you put on tap because the one person doesn't like beer. No, this is really good. Somebody that didn't like beer would like this. If they like dry ciders with a little bit of the sour in there.
Yeah. Very, very reminiscent of a dry peach cider.
That's good. I'm not upset. That was a
that
good way to start.
A Tabor acquisition, or is that something kind of more on the local end here?
That was one of my Tabor acquisitions.
I think it was,
Yep.
yeah.
That was that Tabor box I had that basically I focused very heavily on all the sours.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I knew you guys don't buy them, so I was just like, yes. Yes.
I think...
Ooh, that was tasty.
Yeah.
I can see where someone... so I rate first. And I can see where someone would rate a little bit higher than I'm going to. I'm not going to blast it by any means. It's a well-crafted, delicious beer. But I'm probably going to go 3 1/4. Its peaches are not necessarily my favorite, but they pulled it off pretty well.
Millions of peaches. Peaches for me.
Fuck the pain away.
Fuck the pain. Not the song I thought we were singing.
Quick story, at the Harat that we've talked about in Muncie.
Oh, yeah.
I went there more than a few times, and one time I walked up to the jukebox, and I saw Peaches. I was like, oh, hell yeah! Played that, and then I'm sitting there waiting for the music to start, a song I played before it played, and then I hear Fuck the Pain Away. I'm like, who the hell skipped my song? I was looking all over, there's like 5 people in the bar, and then it dawns on me, I was like, oh, Peaches. We're on Peaches.
Yeah.
So and then I'm the asshole that played Fuck the Pain Away in the Harat.
So I convinced Tyler to karaoke with me at Books and Brews.
Please tell me you sang that.
Yeah.
I've never
Did you
heard
look
it.
each other in the eye while you were doing it?
I had never heard the song. So I'm up there like, I thought we were doing, millions of peaches.
Okay, so yeah, I
Peaches
can
for me.
appreciate that. I felt
And all of a sudden, it starts to play because Jason thought the same thing.
And I was
John's
like,
like, wrong song.
Wrong song.
So they pull up the right song, and it's like, fuck the pain away. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
We killed it, though. We killed it. There might be video of that still.
I hope not.
I should...
So
tell us if you want that to be a short pour in the YouTube
Oh, God.
playlist.
So you gave it a 3.25, correct?
3.25.
Pete?
I'm going to give it a 3.75.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to go look for this, so I'm giving it a 4.
Wow, all right, bro.
I think that's one of the better standard Berliner Weisses I've had in a long time. Not the smoothie style, nothing like that. That is just an easy drinking summer beer. It's August in Indiana, so we might have a cool day, but we're still going to have hot days, and I'd love to have that for those hot days.
So that is a 3.75 average.
Matt, if your vote counted.
I would go about a 3.5, so not far off from
We
the
are-
average or where you guys are.
Yeah.
Pretty close
Everybody's
there.
kind of in the same
Yeah,
realm.
it's really good. I just don't know. I wouldn't quite go seek it out level, but I really do enjoy it. It's definitely solid. I could have gone for a little higher ABV to bump it up a little bit more, but it's a Berliner, so it's kind of where it's going to be.
I was bouncing back and forth between 3.75 and 4, but the big thing is what made me decide is I absolutely wish, I'm going to try to find that. So,
Yeah. Well, that's...
Well,
that's our
it's
definition.
being the 4th time on here. It's the best lawnmower beer we've had so far.
it was a good one.
We've had a lot of summer beers that didn't really meet up to good summertime beer.
That was good. I'm happy. All right, Listerman.
Oh, let's go,
While you're
boys.
prepping up, a couple catch-ups on some comments. Dale had to check out if he's still on here before it said bye before he's
Later,
out.
Dale.
Later, Dale. Thanks
Fuck
for
off,
catching.
Dale.
Randy says, "Are these free beers? I'm mad I wasn't invited." Always
Not
free for a
really.
guest. He's
No.
gotta get penciled in there.
Not really free. Whoops.
And then Russ says, "Thanks for that spot, guys." And this might be a great segue on his part. That's cool, but not as cool as that Tabor discount.
Yeah.
Oh, I did
Because
forget
it's on the
something.
screen.
Oh, is it on the screen?
Yeah.
Nice. I was like, did I forget something? I thought I was on top of things today.
No, I got it on the screen. I was just like, I'm just going to put
Dude,
it there.
you're on top
right
of
up there in the
this.
corner. It looks nice.
Yeah.
I got Beer Life on there. I got Russell's, Turf's Up, and then our Tabor discount.
Woo. Did you put your beer throwing discount on there?
No.
Need to get that up there too.
Yeah, it's got some color issues, so I got to do some work with that.
Baby steps, Tyler. We got 3 ads this day, alright?
Yeah, we'll talk about Beer Throwing later.
This should be good. Our next beer is another Berliner Weiss, actually. Brewed with electrolytes.
Yeah.
It says Listermann's
It's got everything you need.
Haterade, grape Haterade. So not even the good one. You know, it's the purple bullshit.
It's the only flavor they had.
It's the purple bullshit. It's a 4.3% ABV. Listermann Brewing Company out of Ohio. We normally drink their stouts, and we enjoy their
Oh, the
stouts.
stouts are great.
The only sour we've had by them,
Trash.
was pure vinegar. Or in John's case, he had more sediment than I did. He got mustard.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really hoping this lives up a little better. I love how it says brewed with electrolytes.
I like that a lot.
Just knowing Listermann a little better from hanging out with some of the peeps there in Cincy, I know that this is a popular series that they've got. So hopefully this is something that's a little more.
That is not
Look
grape
at
color.
that color.
That is not grape color.
That is leading me.
It's green. Yeah.
Would you want your beer
That
to
is
come out
not
purple,
great
though?
color.
No, I need purple.
I would.
If you're not making that purple shit.
You know what's worse than the grape Gatorade is the green one that no one touches.
Little do you know, that's just all the electrolytes that make
Just
it
say all the
green.
electrolytes.
Just hate it a little more. Hate it a little more.
Well, it is Haterade.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
So we're about
It
to
matches
have a
Bubba.
nice cool glass of Haterade. It actually smells pretty okay.
It smells like electrolytes.
Now, it is not a slushy beer.
No.
So that bodes well.
Smells like that. It smells a little bit like that damn grape.
It looks like something from the 90s that Slimer would have promoted.
I kinda
Oh,
like
the
this.
High C, Slimer High C.
Oh,
is
yeah,
what this
Ecto
looks
Cooler,
like.
I kinda like this.
Ecto Cooler, sorry.
Oh, don't you get that rum, Pete. You already dropped the ball on Storm Shadow.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, no, that's actually tasty.
It tastes like the High C.
It does.
I want to throw this. I want to throw this in a Gatorade bottle while I'm coaching,
And have
what's-
Danny all
and
the
just be
time,
sitting there going, "It's just Gatorade."
What was the alcohol content on this one?
4.3, I believe.
Okay.
It tastes like it has zero
Oh,
alcohol
shit.
in it.
It does taste like zero.
4.3. So yeah, very low alcohol, but it definitely tastes like there's nothing. So the one
Yeah.
thing I'm getting is it's
High C. That's what I'm getting.
It kind of finishes like grape Gatorade.
you
though.
finish like grape Gatorade. It
Yeah.
doesn't start like grape Gatorade. It is giving me that thick tongue a little bit, like you get drinking Gatorade though, where your spit gets a little thick. That's funny.
Oh man, I don't know what to think here. I can't figure out if it's a sports drink or a beer. I am so confused.
I know.
I have no idea how I'm going to rate this because it is so weird.
I know how I'm going to rate it. Like we have it's kind of straightforward with our rating system. So that's
Oh, I mean it is. It's just it's
Where does it fall on our rating system?
See, I don't know how to rate it either because the novelty factor would make me want to go seek it, but not all the time.
And again, this is a series, so they've got other flavors.
This
of the
would
Gatorade.
be-
This is just the only one they had available.
this
when I was
would be a
there.
great one to put in your fridge, and when people come over, be like,
Give us a try.
"You
Or-
need this."
Or you're having like a cornhole tournament or something outside. You need your
Need
electrolytes.
Need your electrolytes,
Need your
baby.
electrolytes.
Man, you broke a sweat throwing that frisbee.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, though, you could straight up get in trouble with this.
no,
It's low
not
ABV
boozy at all.
It's low ABV, but it's so non-alcohol
Doesn't
flavor.
taste like
There's
beer.
no booze.
You could throw this down, like just throwing it down.
And I kind of want to dock it for not being super carbonated, but at the same time, I think it works because it makes you think it's more like High C.
I think it's made to be more Gatorade with less carbon.
Yeah,
I think
I
if
think
you
that's
put
kinda
more
cool.
carbonation in it,
it would ruin
it would take away that. Yeah.
I think the
You
point
get rid
was
of
to
that
be
grape.
low carb.
Yeah,
Take,
I think
take
so.
away from that mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow.
like I said, I
Thank
want
you.
to dock it for it, but I don't think it. It's going to be because it actually works.
I'm
so confused.
I think we probably should rinse after this one because it's a very unique flavor.
That is.
We've had 2 unique flavors.
I thought, man, I was pretty sure I was
You
going
go
to hate it
first,
when
too.
you poured it.
While you guys are
Right.
kind of marinating over there, Randy says, "Hey, tell Tyler I was just kidding. I'm an old fart." No, I'm too old for that. Sorry, that was my bad. Yeah.
Love you, Randy.
I should just stay home and drink, be safe. I could tell you guys some stories about his dad, Chuck,
He could.
back in our bowling days at the Bolo Mat.
Bolo mat.
I mean,
Yep.
is that like the chuckle bucket? Like, or is that where you do laundry while you're bowling?
Ooh.
Or you bowl while you're doing laundry because, like, what the fuck else are you going to do? Like,
The Bolo mat wasn't around anymore by the
That's
time I
amazing.
came.
You're probably not wrong about that.
Laundry mat.
That's
bowling
come with
place
a
sounds
$1 million idea
awesome.
finally, John?
New business concept.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's what we need.
We're shifting away from brewery and going into bowling laundromat.
Right.
With the 1 hour
The 2
dry
things that
cleaning in there.
nobody hardly uses anymore.
Well, you're not allowed to touch other things people touch.
Yeah, true.
So I have to go first.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
do.
I'm kind of glad
So
it's not me.
before I rate this, I was pretty sure I was going to hate it right when you poured it. I was pleasantly surprised that I did not hate it. And if high C, ectoplasm, whatever from the 90s tasted like that, my liver would be dead today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3.25.
Okay.
It's so hard.
That's what she said.
Honestly, I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to have to give it a 4 because I am going to go find new flavors of this. Like, I've given 2 4s on things I don't necessarily
I
want
know.
to give 4s on.
And I'm going to 4 as well. Because
Oh.
it's just like, I'll go seek it out.
I'm
Just
gonna go
because I like that one. I think that was great and I would drink that again. But I want to get more of the Haterade series.
I want to try new flavors of it, yeah.
Yeah, so that is 3 1/4.
3 1/4.
3 3/4.
Yeah, 3 3/4, sorry.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah, 3 3/4.
I know I'm not great at math, but
No. 3 3/4.
2 375s on Berliner Weisses
Berliner
to start
Weisses.
the day off.
And not even like smoothie, chunky, just
No.
regular old Berliner Weisses.
Well, you
Well,
can't say regular old, but whatever the fuck that last one was.
that's true.
It's really hard to even call the last one a beer, but
I can't wait until someone comments and goes, "It's not usually supposed to be green. It usually is purple."
that'd be even funnier.
That would be.
That's the best part.
Now, the best part, I'm driving home from Cincinnati after acquiring a whole bunch of Listerman, and I stopped to get some food on the way home, and I get a text from my buddy that already cracked his open. He's like, "Didn't think it'd be green." And he had the picture with it, and I'm like, "Oh, huh."
Yeah.
I
So
forgot
that's
about
the
it.
only one that was expecting green.
Yeah.
Actually, I completely forgot until you poured it in.
Matt, what were your thoughts on it, even though they don't count?
Yes, don't forget, people, I don't count. Now, 4 is where I was going to go. I agree with you both, especially, like, I've had this is really good. I'm going to enjoy my other cans of this, and I'm definitely looking forward to trying more when I can get back up there and see if we got other flavors. So I'll try to bootleg whatever other flavors I can catch back for you boys.
Absolutely be our Listerman mule.
It hurts. Those some big bottles, John.
Love it. Oh, why's on their damn phone now? Great show.
No, I think we messed
I'm
up.
waiting on.
What,
What's
we
up?
don't have any audio again?
No,
Damn it, we got to start back over.
we have a beer on our list that we have already had.
Oh, which one?
The Sheboygan.
We had the blueberry. We hadn't had that one yet. We had the blueberry cream ale.
No, you're right. You're right.
I know.
I've checked into it on mine, and that was what was confusing me.
Gotcha.
Are we getting a...
But I
what
just
was that,
checked.
Tyler?
I made a mistake. Said so.
Oh!
I had 2 of them, and I had one when I was making.
I was
some
like,
food,
didn't
so-
I say you've had it? Because
know.
I remember a post being made.
Yep.
That's it. There we go. All right.
All right.
Black. Oh no, I said I admitted to a mistake. It's my one. No.
For 2020. There we go.
I mean, it made it pretty
Made it
far.
up. Made it through half the year.
I mean, it is August, so
Our next.
it's a good run.
Such bullshit. I've made a lot. All right. Our next beer is the Black Project Spontaneous and Wild Ales Blinder. Sour wheat
Yeah.
ale with raspberry and plum. It's a word that I've always thought should be said differently just because it's fun. Plume.
With like,
It needs to have an
Yeah.
E.
You used to get
I'd
upset.
add an
that's
E.
a whole different word, Tyler.
I know, but it'd be
I
fun.
believe it'd be PLUMB, and that's actually isn't it like a...
That's like an airplane plume
Yeah.
or a rocket
Even
plume.
better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just
I used to
bored.
get pissed off when I was a kid, and you'd be trying to color something purple, and all there was plum crowns in there.
I want purple.
Purple.
I was trying to find more information on this, but there's
Yeah.
nothing on here.
Speaking
Well-
of that, though, can we do a Midwestern test? How do we all say what those coloring utensils are inside the box of Crayola? How do you guys say it?
Crayons.
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 Wow, you're both wrong.
Crayons. Crayons.
I thought I heard crowns earlier.
They're actually Crayolas. They're like Band-Aids. You just
Oh,
cut it by hand. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Nice work. So, Matt, how do you say it?
Crayon. The right way.
Crayon.
He says it like it's spelled. It's not CRANS.
Crayons.
You know the best part about you opening that
Crayons.
was you cracked it, said "oh shit" and stared at it before you were like, okay, now I got to do something with it.
Well, seeing if it was gonna like actually, I heard the
Actually
hiss.
go.
Yeah.
I heard the hiss, and I'm
It
like,
might have
and then
fizzled
it.
out on its own and not had to require further action.
Nope. It definitely required further action.
It did. Which we got.
I like how half the beers tonight for you have been foobarred with just 10% beer, 90% head.
Yeah, well, fuck off. I didn't have much of a choice on that one.
And the one I poured for you.
Yeah, that damn pachanga.
Russell's chiming on the crayon conversation. He said crayons as well, so
Attaboy.
up north.
How do you wash your clothes? Do you wash it or wash it?
Wash.
It's
Oh, I wash
Wersh.
it.
I wash it.
WERSH. Wersh.
Creek or crick?
I'll call it both.
I will call it both, but I grew up more calling it crick.
Oh, it's a creek.
Crawdad or crawfish?
Mudbug.
Oh, see,
Ooh.
Oh, man,
Okay.
you went real stubborn there.
yeah. So if I'm talking about any old creek, I just call it a creek, down by the creek. But if I'm going to Battle Creek, Michigan, it's not Battle Creek, Michigan.
Well, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like that just
Stop
makes
for
sense.
directions. Where's Battle Creek?
Where's
I have
Battle
no
Creek?
idea. I have no idea.
What the fuck is Battle Creek?
Where are you going? You're driving north. Go back south.
Yeah, but where are the kids at? Oh, down by the creek.
Yeah. It's crawdads for me, by the way.
Russell says we morsh potatoes that we peel by the crick. After they wash them.
Oh. Very traditional.
I'm getting more tart on the nose. I haven't
Yeah,
tried it yet.
definitely tart. The tartest is Berliner Weiss. Very traditional.
Not pucker you up bad though.
No.
The tartest of the three, but not.
It's
super-
dry and definitely tarter than the other two, but not. It's not.
It's tart on the back. It's
Yeah.
not right in the front.
But no off flavors.
No.
I mean, oftentimes these sour, Berliner Weiss, whatever, can have some off flavors in there. And none of that at all. Very clean beer.
Yeah,
What
it's,
wasn't the official term dirty foot or pool foot?
Is that what it was?
I think it was pool foot was the official term of the bad funk.
oh, dirty pool feet.
Yeah.
That was your
Kevin's?
neighbor. No, it was your neighbor that.
Oh, Rob? Yeah.
He's the one that gave it the dirty pool
Dirty
foot.
pool feet.
Which I mean kind of works. Makes sense.
I don't know.
This is dirty pool footless.
Yeah.
Footless.
This one is a clean beer.
Oh shit! Did we put on the King Cam?
I had it there for a while.
Yeah, I might space that.
Not useless.
It's not.
I mean, it's not a really elaborate can, anyways. So.
No. You can do dark blue and black.
Under good light though, it's got.
I'm glad someone else did
I
that.
think it's plum. I don't
You think it's the
blue.
plum?
I think it's plum on there,
Oh, is
not
that-
blue.
Plum on black.
Yeah, that appears to be plum.
It's not purple.
Definitely not purple.
I'll tell you. I would tell you if it was purple. That is definitely plum.
That is Crayolas.
The least favorable of the purple family. Plums.
Pete, while we're drinking this beer, how did the son and daughter do in baseball and softball this year?
Son did fantastic. The daughter's killing it right now. She hit when I was looking at my phone earlier and John called me out. My daughter hit it her second double of the night.
Dang.
So
Shout
we're only
out.
getting a double. Mom's not sending me the strikeout, so we'll just go that she's going 2 for 2 right now with doubles, with a couple RBIs.
Nice.
Playing up
1,000, right?
8-year-old girl playing with the 10-year-olds.
Ooh, had a girl.
Yeah,
Nice.
I like that.
Had a girl.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I'm happy to hear it. Yeah, no, it's weird right now in the middle of tryout season and everything else. I have my team set for next year, which is nice. It's a lot less stress for me. But I know a lot of kids. I'm getting text messages and calls all the time from people wanting tryouts. So I can't imagine being a parent with kids trying out. Because nope. Being a coach is stressful enough.
We've had 3. Got another 3. No.
Yeah.
Typical August. It's usually in July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into July, first week in August, and now it's like, it might be September before half these kids find teams.
And really, baseball and soccer are the only youth sports that try out, make their teams half a year before they even start.
Mm-hmm.
Football is right before it starts. All that, even basketball tryouts are right before it starts. Baseball, they're like, yeah, so you're not going to play for 6 months. Let's go ahead and have you try out. And,
It won't affect you 6 months
yeah,
from now.
Right.
Yeah.
In 6 months, you might literally be a different kid, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. In youth sports, the kid we passed up grew 6 inches and put on 50 pounds of
And
muscle.
you got to pay for all the
Shit.
equipment to choose their sizes 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
I had a little sediment in the bottom of
You
mine.
did.
I think I did as well. Probably not as much as you, but
I felt it hit, and then I was like, and then I looked, and I have a chunk in the bottom of the glass, so that will need rinsed
that's a
again.
side note. That sounds like you.
I am interested to see what you guys think about this because I think this is a very classic, solid Berliner Weiss. Like,
Matt,
there's
before you
nothing that's
walk
standing
away,
out about this. But
What kind of thoughts do you have on it?
I enjoyed it. I think John kind of saying like more of that classic style. It's a little less what I normally gravitate to on like the Berliners and sour game, but still very good. It's got a good flavor, very drinkable. If my vote counted,
I didn't even say it. I was even letting you talk first.
I beat you to it. I would go on like a 3.5. So it's not quite to search it out, but it's darn solid.
I'm over here giving him the chance to talk first, and he still has to be sarcastic. That's why we don't let him do it.
I don't know how to not be.
What an asshole.
Go clean dishes, dish bitch. For me, it was a very clean flavor. There definitely is no funk to it.
Yeah.
It's one of the few sours that I've had recently that didn't have like a true funk. We haven't had any from any of the 3 today. It's been
No,
nice.
it's been nice.
It was a clean, traditional Berliner Weiss. The plum comes through really nice. The raspberry gives it a little more of that tart flavor. I enjoyed it. It's not one I'm going to seek out. I'm just going to give it a 3.25. I think it's good. It's clean. It's crisp. It's good for what it is. There's just rarity. If I'm going to drink Berliners, I typically go with the weird ones because that's not my normal style. So if I'm going to drink them, I'm usually seeking out some just weird shit. So I'm going to give it a 3.25.
I'm going to go 3.5 on it. I'm with Matt. It's a beautifully well done Berliner Weiss. And on the flip side, though, I don't think doing a Berliner Weiss just beautifully clean, traditional fashion is going to get you a 4 anymore. There's just too much out there that people are doing and pushing the boundaries with to make you seek it out. But, I mean, I totally respect and loved it. So.
Oh, it's fantastic. If somebody brought it over to my house, I'd be more than happy to drink it.
That.
Yeah.
Now, would you say, to kind of butt in on that, John, like you're saying about there's so many people pushing the envelope with different, variations of a style, you think that's outside of the Berliner or specifically with this?
No, it's even in the Berliner Weiss world. I mean, there's just so much that's going on. And, like, technically, I think the Dreckers are Berliner Weisses.
Yeah, they do.
double
They do
check,
Berliners.
but
They
yeah.
don't do Goses. They do the Berliners.
Because,
Yeah.
like the IPA game, like we talked about, that changes so much. Like, is it hard for even that to, be, getting a 4 game now just because there's so much variety and everything?
Well, that's I'm excited for the Heady Topper because it's an old 2000. It's an IPA from 2003. It's a double IPA. So it was
Not this can.
I was going to say it, so we're all past the prime. Great.
right. But the
Another
style
chunky beer.
Open it up. It just pours in a cube.
So some classic styles,
In the
but
cranberry can
what
style cranberry sauce.
are they still as popular? Are they still
Just-
as well known and loved today because of all the different innovations going on in the styles of beers? It'll be interesting.
Pete, have you scored it yet?
I have not. So
Sir.
I'm going to go 3.75. And the reason why, because the nose on it was fantastic. And it leaves that dry flavor in your mouth. What I think from this style compared to the other ones, they were fun and sweet, but this one brings you back to how I think it should taste.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it right, but
That gives it a 3.5 average, and that is that's a good score. I would drink it, and I think I probably was a little lower than I should have been, but I just couldn't go any higher. But I'll tell you what, a 3.5, I'm not upset about that at all.
No, it's a great beer. Well done.
Yeah. Well, nice job, guys.
Good game.
Good game. Little ass tap on the way out off the mound. Yeah.
you didn't suck too bad.
Yeah. I'll tell you
Pitch
what.
with your other arm next time.
I'll tell you what. That's the worst. Those
You're about
videos.
being left-handed.
Those
You should.
videos where the coach goes out and just berates the little league kids like, man, even your mama doesn't love you after that one.
It is a great 2-minute skit.
So many different ones. It's so good. Yeah. Anyway, so Sheboygan Brewing Company.
Back to Sheboygan.
So happy we're drinking this. For one, I get to say Sheboygan.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Blood Orange Honey, brewed and canned by Sheboygan Brewing Company in Sheboygan, Michigan.
There's going to be a spell with an exclamation point.
No, it should be.
That'd be great.
I'm calling their marketing department.
Should be in all caps.
It is. It's in all caps.
Oh,
Yeah.
And every location though.
Not this one. I should have been. Should have been.
Said it quiet. You toned it down.
You're right. I was
Sheboygan.
excited. It was Sheboygan, okay? An American wheat beer mixed with sweet honey and blood orange zest and puree creates a smooth, citrusy blend. Absolutely pure and well brewed. I have had it before. Now we grade everything on this can this time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to get excited because I did enjoy it the last time I had it. When I was up in Michigan last summer. Or last fall.
Yeah.
So,
And we did hear the magical puree, so they're saying it's actually quality.
yeah,
They
they used
opposed to
puree. They didn't
extract.
use the extracts. I'm always happier when they use purees or fresh.
Well, because there's a lot of blood orange
Yeah, there's
citrus trees up in Michigan, right?
and you do get a lot of.
Honestly. Hey, they have cherries up there. You never know.
Yeah, I thought it was like the Florida game.
Yeah, that's
Dude, I'm
that's
telling
why
you.
I'm making that
In
joke.
this world, with greenhouses anymore, you have no idea where shit's grown.
You're true. I was reaching there. I was like, does a blood orange go on is it really from a tree? Who knows?
Naturally, no, it should not be in Michigan. But, again,
It's interesting
Yeah,
with
so-
this one because a lot of wheats, even American wheats, they'll do a blood orange or an orange wheat or whatever. But the addition of honey in this is, I think, what will separate this.
Well, and I'm used to the blood orange having a little redder tint to it
Yeah,
than this
it's very
right here.
pale colored, yellow straw.
More like a regular orange.
Yeah,
I was just more like lemonade than orange.
yeah.
But it smells pretty great.
yeah, it's still good.
Still got some of that sour in my mouth. It's not helping.
Really?
Yeah. Might have to get some palate cleanser.
Go get some spicy Cheez-Its.
Spicy Cheez-Its.
Speaking of, I'm wondering if having the beers before this kind of is hurting this for me because it's smooth, but I don't really get a whole lot of. Well, granted, we had the sours that were really like in your face with the flavor.
See, I'm happy it's just a little bit of orange, just a little bit of honey. It's balanced. You're not getting over the top on either one.
Yeah. My problem, wheat beers in general, I'm not a big fan of,
I don't drink a lot of them.
and I'm still getting that in there. I think it does a decent job balancing the kind of almost spiciness of the wheat with the honey and the blood orange. But I do think that last Berliner Weiss is throwing my palate off a little bit.
Everything throws your palate off, John.
Yeah, including days that end with Y.
Yeah.
Zing.
I got thrown off a little bit at first because everybody does a blood orange IPA, and for some reason you talked about what was in it, and I
Forgot it was a wheat.
didn't listen to you. I was just thinking blood orange IPA with honey. This is going to be weird. All right.
I was really
Why did you
expecting
throw
that
honey in
Young
my
John's
IPA, and
That would've been
tasted it, I'm like,
amazing.
that is not what I thought.
Yeah, not an IPA.
I would
Getting
not have
some
been upset at all.
grasses and
Getting some grasses and getting some ass. Wait, what?
nope, been married way too long.
I enjoy it. It's for wheat especially, which I don't drink a lot of. I'm okay with this. It's going to be hard for me to grade it because of this Berliner Weiss.
No, that's where I'm at.
I'm not having any problems with that.
It's just so tame by comparison.
Yeah.
That's why I asked if we wanted to drink those last today.
I know you did.
But I will say I'm glad we didn't because it's the first show we've started off hot in a while.
Yeah. I go first on this one.
He's dreading it. He's like, man, I don't want to shoot low.
I don't think I'm going to.
I like it because it's balanced. You get just a little bit of that citrusy. Balances like the spiciness of the wheat that you said.
Yeah.
The honey does a good job balancing that.
The honey knocks off that tart of the blood orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good honey on the finish. Like, is where you really, or at least I really kind of.
Not as soft a mouthfeel as you'd expect. Definitely more of that orange juice citrusy drying effect, but
yeah. I'm gonna go with 3 on it. I think it's a really solid. It's one of those. I don't know if I want to go full 3 1/4, so I'm just gonna go 3. But it's for a wheat beer especially one of the better wheat beers I've had. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm at 3.
I'm gonna go with 3.5. It looked like it was going to be a lot grassier because it wasn't as filtered, and that honey that balances well with that blood orange, and it has that little dry feel right at the end. I like it, and the aftertaste doesn't linger.
No,
It's
I'm
gone.
very happy with that beer.
yeah.
For a wheat beer, and John and I, neither one are big fans of them. I'll drink them on occasion in the summer, depending on the style and what's in them. But I'm really happy with that one. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I think it's a crushable beer.
So that is a 3 1/4 average.
Again, not a bad score for that beer.
Yeah.
Everything's been over a 3 1/4 today. That's a
Strong start.
It's a strong start. I'm a little
Thank
worried.
you, PJ, for canceling. I get a good beer night. Thank God I wasn't here on the .25 night.
Oh.
Yeah, well, like
I might have
last few
thrown
weeks
something.
we had like maybe 1 or 2 beers. Like last week we had.
Last week
3
we only
beers.
had 1 over 4 was
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah. But nothing really bad last
No, we
week
had
either.
2 4 or higher. The week before we had some really bad beers, and then
Some really good beers. at the end.
3 of our
Yeah.
highest rated beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including our highest rated beer was 2 weeks ago. So I love my notebook. I'm gonna be sad when this runs out of paper. I'm gonna flip it over and write on the back sides.
Little trusty handy notebook.
Handy dandy notebook.
Anyway, our next beer. Beer. Woo! Tyler just
Did you just go somewhere else?
Wow. He's still thinking about that blood orange honey, baby. It got in his brain.
Now Tyler said about what am I gonna do? My notebook is full. His world was kind of
I
shattered.
actually think that's where I thought
Yeah, he
this
did.
was.
He did.
He just saw black for a minute trying to process it.
I just like straight up disappeared. Thanks, guys. So anyway, this is from Second Chance.
Your brain went to the DOS cursor screen, didn't it? That's what it did. You get the black screen of death, and then the 80s DOS cursor screen. You're like, fuck, I don't know the command to get back to the operating system.
Run.
Just gone. Ooh. Second Chance Beer Company's All the Peels. Apple IPA. This is another one from my favorite crate, I believe.
Yeah.
San Diego, California. Yes, we said Apple IPA. We combine delicious hops with a generous amount of apple cider to create a tasty treat, dry enough with the perfect amount of apple sweetness. Enjoy. It is a 7.8%. Now, the only thing, and I remember when I bought this, the only thing that was bugging me, they're calling it an IPA, but the IBU is only 30. That's more of a hoppy cider, which is, I think, what it's going to
that
be.
they mix with a cider? An IPA
I think it's basically a hoppy cider. It's a hop cider.
Would
I
have
think.
probably been a 60 if they hadn't have mixed it.
I don't think they even mixed it. I think instead of making it a rattler where it's beer and cider, I think they took the cider and hopped the shit out of it.
Oh.
We'll see.
Because it says we combine delicious hops with the generous amount of apple cider. So, I mean, there's water involved too.
Maybe they
don't-
just hopped to cider.
I was so excited before you started reading that.
This is the one I was the most concerned about.
It is a limited release. Like this is the one I'm most interested in creating.
The hops are Pink Boots blend of Azaka, El Dorado, Idaho Gem, and Laurel hops. The taste is smooth, crisp IPA brewed with apple cider, for a unique and flavorful blend. So, yeah, I'm a little worried, but it's fine.
I think there's potential for this to be really good. This is gonna
It's
be
one way or the other,
There's
I
gonna be
think.
no gray area. It's gonna be black or white. It's gonna be great or it's gonna be terrible.
The good part is that the can art's pretty cool. It reminds me of something from the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, very classic
Yeah.
styling.
I agree.
Speaking of classic, we've got. Are you guys sitting down? Great. John's pet name of the week.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, yay! My favorite time of the week.
All right.
Glad it's somebody's.
Liz says to say hello to her Lil Burnt-In Baron of Barbecue.
Ooh.
Is that a simile with all the bees? Is that what that is when they all start with the
Baron
same?
of
Yeah.
Barbecue. I love it. Hello. Russell's right now saying, "Stop it! No, stop it!"
Little hops on the nose.
Yeah.
Little Hops, that's the name of my old rabbit.
That's my new rapper name.
Little Rabbit.
Hops. I'm no longer Two Sips. I'm now Lil Hops.
Little hops.
I think Two Sips kind of got more of a ring.
Lil Hops.
All right, you said the can was kind of classy, old school. It looks like Schlitz to me.
Classy
Which
old
is classy
school.
old
Schlitz malt liquor, baby.
We can agree to disagree here, Pete.
Just, maybe I was assuming all things old are classic.
Kind of an adventure on that. I start off, I'm like, oh, this is not bad. Oh.
When you said that, it threw me off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an adventure.
Yeah, well, it's
Look at it.
it's not fun. It's like
My
being
tongue's
under-
going through a roller coaster of emotions right
I
now.
know.
No, why is
Yeah.
it biting into a stale apple? What is it? What is it? Stale? No, the apples don't go stale.
Just to let you know that roller coaster
They go
beyond's
rotten.
broken
Yeah.
and it's getting ready to fly off the tracks.
It's like biting into a giant red apple. Not the tart ones, not the flavorful ones, but it's just like plain.
And every sip is different.
Every sip's worse. I start off on a roller coaster where I'm like, okay, this still has a shot, and it's just like, no.
I was trying to see if it was smoking because it's kind of like a dumpster fire.
Ooh, all right, second chance. I hope you're not
Well, I
watching
spoke
this.
too early about that low score night, didn't I?
Now you're wishing PJ was here.
I don't know. I'm kind of like the more that I'm drinking, the better it's getting on the front, at least.
I'm actually with Matt on this. It's weird.
I'm not saying good, but better. And the finish is still kind of off, though.
I'm not hating it. I'm not necessarily enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm.
It's got a weird, like, filmy taste when it's done. It's coating my mouth with
There's a little bit of that.
apple
yeah.
shit.
It doesn't go away is the problem.
It doesn't go with.
It's just there.
I'm gonna need some barbecue cheese. It's early.
It's a thick burp.
The picture like
That's
an
what
apple
I've
just
gotten
walking by,
here.
it's like apple shit.
It's better if you just chug it. I mean,
It's better if you just chuck.
Just pull Band-Aid off. Whew.
I have some Band-Aid flavor in there.
Oh, that's what that is.
Don't blame Band-Aids on that one. That's the cheap adhesive bandage.
That's the Costco Band-Aid.
That is the off-brand. No, because Costco Band-Aid still makes it. This is from like Dollar General.
There we go.
And they tried to put boots from the
Pink boots.
no fuck. I'm drawing. My brain is not working.
It's because it was until you realized that your notebook's almost
Boots
gone.
from
That means-
Dora?
Thank you. They tried to put Boots and Dora on the Band-Aid, but then made it a boy and a donkey instead. Like,
It was the knockoff.
yeah, it's the knockoff Dora the Explorer bandage.
So,
I don't know what that means,
I'm
but
gonna
it's
go-
kind of amazing.
have we ever had anything from Second Chance?
I don't believe so.
So they've either got to make IPAs or ciders and figure it out. Because whatever this is, the half-assing of both.
This is out of Seattle, Washington. Yeah.
Don't half-ass two things, full-ass one thing. Right? Ron
Exactly.
Swanson.
There's a Ron Swanson right there.
I have not had anything by Second Chance, which means we have.
Russell, if you're still watching, let us know. Second Chance, it's your area. Are they normally better than this?
Well, side note, Russell did just say he's got to bounce.
Sayonara, bro.
You're 10 minutes early, bitch. I mean, have a great show, Russell.
That was a
Right?
happy burp.
My goodness.
All right. You go first on this one, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Let the raking begin.
I keep burping.
Yeah.
Well,
So I just want to make sure. Did you guys actually think it was getting better as you went on?
to me it did, yes.
More palatable. I don't want to say
Keep a little
better
chug
might
in
be a core.
You mean I'll just give you?
Just a splash.
He's
Give me
gonna,
all the foam.
Swish some foam around for a minute. And...
Better than the. I'll take. It's more beer than normal. It's more beer than normal.
So,
it got less bad the more that I drank it.
See, I went the other direction.
guys. So I've never given anything under a 2.5 here,
We have.
and because usually I've been on good nights, but apparently you guys threw a turd.
It's sitting there for a
In the
minute.
punch
We've
bowl.
been wanting to drink it for a while.
You've been wanting, or just you're like, Pete's gonna come on eventually. Let's fuck him over on this show. I'm giving it a 1.75, or I mean, no, a 0.75. Sorry.
Okay.
Damn!
Yeah, that's bad. That's a bad score.
I don't like. When you said chug it, I thought that you were joking, and that we should just put it down the drain. But I went ahead and chugged it anyways.
Yeah.
The initial taste had me a little bit of a roller coaster. I thought it still had maybe a chance to redeem itself a little bit. The more I drank, the less I liked it. The more film it left. The flavor is not going away.
It's not.
I'm giving it a 1.
A 1.
It is not Listerman Pride bad, but it is
No,
bad.
it's not. So,
Haterade was good.
I love that. That's the worst beer that I've ever rated, and you're like, it's not as bad as I'm like. Well, I know that I never want to go near that thing.
Dude, we gave a 3-person 0.25.
yeah, each of us was a 0.25. It's not a 0.25 average.
You're
We
like, can
would've-
we go lower?
We would
Can
have
we go
given
lower?
it a 0, but on Untapped, if you give it a 0, it doesn't register.
Oh. look at
Yeah,
that.
so that is literally the lowest score you can go. And I know this is kind of off from your guys' score.
Oh, boy.
But, like, if it was the last beer in the fridge, I would still drink it, so I'm going to give it a 2.
Oh,
What?
not a chance in hell.
I'm not saying I'd be really happy about it, but I would drink
No,
it.
you know what I do?
You would
That's a beer. That's a beer I would be shipping to Russell as payback for some of the bullshit he sent us. That damn churro beer he sent
I think
us.
it's at the
Churro
punishment
beer.
Like someone throws up your
Listen.
sink next time he comes over. Hey, here you go. buddy.
This
Here's
is
your
what you
beer.
get to drink now.
Listen,
Yeah.
the average is a 1 1/4, which is probably a fair score for this. But, yeah, I don't know. It
That's what I was thinking.
you said a little high.
Hey,
What would
Yeah.
you give it, Matt?
I would have generously given it a 1. Like that. Would,
It's fair. I don't know. Somehow it
Yeah,
just
I have
came
no
up-
idea how you came up with a 2.
Maybe,
God Pete
maybe
and I
that
were smart.
Maybe that Berliner Weiss is still helping me out. I
I've
don't know.
never called a beer a dumpster fire before.
First
It
time
wasn't
for
a beer
everything.
though.
That
It was a cider they threw.
That
out
was
there.
great. I love it.
Side note.
I'm trying to see if it's smoking.
Nicholas Valentin is on and he said, I missed it. What was it? This
What up, Nick?
dumpster fire of a beer.
It was the Second Chance Beer Company's All the Peels Apple IPA.
Avoid it like
For the
plague.
love of God, the only
They may
redeeming
not
quality.
get a second chance.
The only redeeming quality for this thing is it's almost 8%. Other than that,
Well, then I feel
it is god awful.
Then I feel like my 1 is not so generous. It's about accurate.
No, that's even worse because it has great alcohol content, and it still tastes like shit. You don't even want to drink it. We've drank some bad beers before, and you're like, "Ooh, it's an 8." Well, I'll bump up the score.
I wasn't bumping that one.
I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, no.
Can we go on to something else?
Well, it's
Actually-
almost break time. I'll go
We're
grab some
approaching
smoked
break
Cheetos.
time. Do we have
Not
any
Cheetos.
last minute affairs we need to
No, just make sure you're liking, following,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
hit?
Make
Like, click, subscribe.
Yeah, there it is. Make sure you follow us on everything. Make sure you're listening to the Two Beerded Guys Drunken Movie Reviews.
Yeah.
If you don't have a lot of time, they're only 20 minutes. We don't cuss nearly as much.
We are trying our asses off on that.
Really fucking hard
For
not to
your
cuss on
entertainment.
that.
Obviously, during this show, it's whatever, but that's on a public radio station, or not public radio station, but a radio station's podcast channel, so we're supposed to keep it more PG-13.
Yeah,
You get one.
that's
We
us
push
doing
that
homework
boundary.
for the show. You know, it's us working for you, the viewer.
The problem is we're drunk when we're doing these, so... but
Again, we're further punishing our body for the sake of entertainment.
make sure you listen
Do
to
it just for
that.
you guys.
Check it out. keep driving up our downloads compared to Russell's. It's fun.
Actually, he just showed me, and
Did he catch up?
There's one episode that is way beyond us, and that's that great race, that lawnmower race.
Oh, that doesn't
I
count.
know, because the lawnmower race has lots of followers.
Yeah, that doesn't count, cheater.
Last time that we were all three on the Turfs Up Radio, I was reminded that there was a challenge between the Off-Screen Matt and Hecubus
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Twitter handles.
Make sure you're following Off-Screen Matt
On Twitter.
on Instagram. Not Twitter. On Instagram.
Tweeter.
The winner, so it's Russell versus Matt. If Matt has more followers by the end of August, Russell's sending us more beer from the Northwest.
Which might be a blessing and a curse.
If,
Maybe we want to lose this. I
don't want to pay shipping. Other than that, it's follow Matt, drive us ahead, get us more free beer for the show.
Yeah.
And if you follow Russell,
give a big thumbs up from us.
right at the end of August, like the last day of August, unfollow just for that day, and then you can start back up in September.
Because he does make some really funny videos.
Oh, yeah, he does. So you want to follow Russell, but you don't want to do it till September, or
Yes.
if you already do, unfollow him until then.
I'm sorry, Russell. that took a dark turn. I didn't think it was going to go down that alley.
I want free beer.
I do, yeah. And when we come back, we'll make sure we talk about, write this down, the Chug Challenge. Because, well, we want to win, so maybe we don't want to talk about that.
Fuck the Chug Challenge.
No, we want
Still
this.
mad.
No, we're going to get this one.
His sucked. I won last
You
time.
did.
Tyler's still butthurt from last
Yeah,
time.
you are.
Bullshit.
Yeah. There's going to be a popular vote this time, though, so you get a chance to...
We don't have a prayer.
As a teaser for after the break, is there another item on the line, John, this time?
Oh,
There's multiple.
items, yes.
Oh.
There's multiple
Yes,
items on the
that
line.
would look great every Monday on
Yeah,
the
it
show,
would.
so... Yes.
I'm keeping the belt. You can have the chels.
All right.
It's
going to hang out with the background.
Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. We'll be back in about 2 minutes to do our last 4 beers. We love you guys. TBG_Ops guy.
My dog being Q.
Ugly Pete.
I'll scream Matt.
See you in a couple minutes. Welcome back to Two Beerded Guys, hour number 2. You know who we are. TBG_Ops Guy, Mudhog B&Q, Ugly Pete, Offscreen Matt. We're excited to bring... We have 4 more beers planned. I did go ahead and grab one because we kind of moved through pretty quick again.
Anticipatory order.
Anticipatory.
That's hiding over here.
Ooh, secret beer.
So...
Because we can't see the beers over there anyway, so they're all off screen. they're with me. They're on the off
No, I'm
screen
hiding it
area.
from them, too.
Yeah, I can't see you.
I'm, we'll see if we get to it. If we do, we do. If we don't, yeah, no big deal. We'll save it for next time.
Sure.
He's looking behind me to see if he recognizes one missing. That's funny. That's funny.
I really want to do Mando Blaster tonight, just because it's a Mando Blaster, but that's not bad.
Guess you should have been the one picking the secret beer.
I respect that, but I think that deserves its own time. We can actually taste it and
Right,
give it a good fair shake.
But yeah, so I'm excited to get going again. We were just talking off screen. One of Pete's favorite things in the world to do, and then I enjoy it as well, is chili cook-offs and making chili in general. Pete does make some of the best chili I've tasted. He let me taste some one time when he brought it into the brewery. I make good chili. He makes fucking good chili. Like, I'll admit, there's a reason when I was talking about it, I always finish 3rd or 4th, and Pete usually wins stuff.
But you going against Pete? Maybe that's why you're not winning.
No, I've never actually been in one against Pete.
He was supposed to compete against me and he backed out.
I did not back out. I had baseball.
Was he supposed to?
Which is backing out. He had signed up.
Yep, I had. But anyway.
That sounds like the perfect tee up for a Pete joke. Come, Pete.
He doesn't do that. He's married.
I did, yeah. 16 years, that's long gone.
I know we've talked about it briefly on the show before, but how many chili cook-offs have you won?
So, we were cleaning out the garage the other day and ran into the trophies / beer glasses, wooden spoons, whatnot. There are 18.
Jesus.
Did anyone catch his subtle Letterkenny-ism right there? We're going through the garage the other day.
So, but and it's changed quite a bit, and we've entered multiple competitions. You have the chicken chili, you've got the regular chili. Chili Max, not chili, but they consider it a category some places.
Now, is that chili with the macaroni elbows in it, or like macaroni with chili in it?
It is chili with pasta in it.
Okay, yeah, no, that's wrong. Beans or no beans?
Beans.
Depends.
No beans.
Depends. Is it Texas chili or Midwest chili?
Texas chili.
The right chili.
It's beans. It's always beans.
It's beans.
So, I cook mine with beans because we're in the Midwest.
You sound begrudged about that.
Yeah. No.
That's
how I grew
beans.
up. You know what? It's a cheap filler. So there's a reason why a lot of people eat chili. Because it's cheap to make. You can buy garbage meat and put anything you want in there and make chili with enough seasoning. But, yes. I go to some competitions that you're not allowed to put peppers in them.
Oh, that'd break my heart.
Right.
I mean, it's chili.
I mean,
I eat chili pepper.
I mean, like no green peppers, no big red bell peppers.
Is it for allergy reasons? Or are people just
No,
sweaters?
they just have categories.
Oh.
And I don't do well on those when there's too many stipulations. They're like, oh, it has to be gluten-free. And I'm like, well, I don't even know what gluten is, so I'm not entering that category. I did. So my biggest win ever... shout out Naptown Roller Derby girls. They had a chili cook-off, and this lady comes up and she goes, "Now I'm vegan. I can't eat meat. So, but everybody says your chili's the best. Would you be upset if I tried it and spit it out?" And I'm like, "No." So she tries it, spits it out, and she gives me her tickets and votes on mine. I was like, I got a vegan to vote on my chili. I'm like, God can take me now. I have won it all, baby. I was like, but now I need to work on a vegan chili. I don't know how I'm going to taste it because I don't want to. Chili's supposed to have meat, but I was like, that's a category I didn't win there. I didn't know it existed in chili competitions, but...
That's really funny. I got a vegan to vote for my chili.
Boom.
You made a good chili win.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Sorry, I'm hungry for chili now.
I know.
We better get to drinking because right now I'm going to zone out thinking about chili.
December.
And the last thing we need to do is zoning out. I mean,
Again.
That's it.
yeah.
Having another
Hey, look in your
out-of-body
notebook real
experience.
quick.
Yeah.
How many pages are left in that thing?
Stop it! Stop it, both of you!
By the way, you just blanked out for 35 minutes and didn't know it. Show's over,
And
Tyler.
we're in hour 3 right now, Tyler.
hour
That can's empty. We're
We're
already
definitely
drinking.
overtime right now.
Oh my god, that'd be sad. Whew.
While Tyler's gathering himself,
Yes,
we
yes.
had a tease before the break about
We
a
did.
contest. Is this where we want to address that, or
I figured we'd start on this beer and talk about it while we were drinking.
there?
All right.
Mostly because I don't like sitting this long with an empty glass.
Can't argue.
The Hall of Truth. It's a New England IPA by Barrier Brewing Company, a 9%
Woo-hoo!
New England. So that is a heavy New England.
Let's
I
go.
said I'd like to drink tonight.
Made on Long Island. So, you know, we might die from the water, but
That can is awesome.
the
That
can is
artwork-
badass. It definitely looks like Temple Run.
Oh, let's go.
Hey, a beer that didn't explode at me, motherfuckers.
And you poured it correctly.
Because it didn't explode on my ass.
And then he just said to me,
Oh, no. You want to see what I'll do to you?
no.
See what happens.
Like,
Pete?
so I don't know about the beer, but the head was fantastic.
Talk shit.
He's got a great personality.
So maybe even a drunken movie review. You see what happens, Pete?
I don't know what the fuck I did with that towel earlier. Did you take it?
I didn't think it'd be.
So if you guys can't see, I got half a beer here, half had. It's good.
Yeah, that's what happens. Talk shit. I dare you.
Oh, it smells good.
Oh, it does smell good. I've been waiting.
Double IPAs.
Well, yeah, I had
Ooh,
to
nice
drink.
citrus smell.
I had to drink a dumpster fire to get to this thing. I can't wait.
Hey, without failure, you can't appreciate true success.
If you're going to be in the beer industry, you have to know what bad beer tastes like.
You know what?
AKA
We learned
Kevin
this.
Smaller.
To be a connoisseur, you have to try the shit
You do.
with the gold.
So, we teased earlier about Beer Life Official's new Chug Challenge. It's going to be run by Beer Life Official again. The difference is we're going to need your help to win it.
Yes,
so there's
please.
$250 on the line, a massive title belt, which will be mine. I deserved it last time, so I'm keeping it if we win.
A chalice.
A Beer Life chalice, which will go to Mr. Jonathan here because he reminds me of a guy that needs a chalice.
Needs a chalice.
John really does.
Yeah,
John needs to be the guy drinking out of a chalice.
Not to mention you already got a horn.
Well, yeah, but I also think John just needs to drink out of a
I need a
chalice.
chalice.
Can we call it a pimp cup instead, though?
Absolutely.
And then
But-
we get like bedazzled John.
And then you can have that Red
Martian.
Martian slushy beer or whatever.
And the platform.
Yeah, it's platform beer.
But anyway, I'm excited for it because it's going to give us a chance to. We're going to try to do something together this time.
Yeah.
Last time I was out of town, so I did something separately, and
It was a
third.
great chug.
I finished third to a guy that just stood there and chugged. Don't really.
Yeah.
I was on a tube, literally pulled the beer out of my vest,
Cleavage.
and literally pulled it out of my fucking swim vest, down the beer on the tube, put it back. Motherfuckers win by just standing there. It's fine. I'm not bitter.
Point being, they're putting it, instead of them choosing the winner, they're going to put it to a vote. And we need all the votes we can get because we want to win this.
Yeah, we really want to win it. One, $250 is nice to buy more beer.
2, Tyler wants that belt.
I want that goddamn belt.
3, we want Tyler to no longer be butthurt. So
I want my pimp glass.
vote for us.
Hey, I want my pimp glass.
I mean, I feel like that's the lowest of the concerns here, John.
Matt just wants me to shut up.
You're not wrong. Okay.
But I'm excited. We'll try to come up with something. If you guys have any ideas of things you want to see that can legally be put on video,
Well, Pete's out.
that won't get me fired from a Christian school as a coach.
Oh, I got nothing.
So you're saying no butt chug.
On the butt of whoa. You know,
The
if
crack
Russell
luge
can do
is
it
out
off
for
the butt
you?
of the tongue.
Crack luge. Oh my god.
Crack luge.
That's how you guys can work as a team. You gotta figure out who's drinking.
Not it.
Oh my god. Ugh.
So about this beer.
That's worse than the chicken chug that Russell did.
So
It's a double IPA.
It coats your tongue real bad.
Would you say it drinks like a 9 or no? Because I think nay.
Yeah,
I don't think it drinks like a 9. I mean,
I think it feels
I
like
can-
it's a 6. Or,
I can definitely tell it's higher than like a standard, but I'm thinking 6 or 7 at most.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't drink as harsh as a 9 should be, though.
It is.
It's thick.
It's thick and then very drying on the
Yeah.
tongue.
yeah.
Like it is. Like it's like I'm sitting there like feeling like my tongue's sandpaper now.
Yeah, I'm thinking like I'm not getting that hot burn, but I wouldn't be surprised if it would wound up being there.
I wouldn't be surprised if in about an hour I have some massive heartburn.
Heartburn, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we only had like how many sours and
But those sours weren't harsh.
Well, that's a good name.
That's you can get it just a little bit here. It's not burned, but you can kind of feel it going
Yeah.
down, and you're like, "Oh, when are you gonna fuck me over?" Like
It is for a double IPA. It's got some of that pillowy, soft mouthfeel.
figured out what I'm getting. It's the bitterness like you get from an orange rind.
Yeah,
Is what I'm getting.
yeah,
Like a little bit of that orange peel.
Did you say what kind of hops they use?
very concise.
Didn't I looked at it earlier?
Because that would make sense if they
No hop information.
sneaky bastards.
But it's less to live up to. Remember our rule: it's on the can. It's got to be in the can.
it's got to be in the can. Yeah.
Yeah, they're real smart.
I think
Long Island, 9%. New England, done, motherfuckers.
And it was
hold on.
It was hazy
One
as shit.
pint.
it was hazy.
It was hazy as shit.
They
Did
could
not
have put
say
hazy
that.
on the can and it would have sold
Yeah,
very well.
It checked all the boxes that it said it was going to.
Yep.
It just that makes me laugh. Like they made it very like. We watch these guys' shows.
When you
right.
pour this and it's as hazy as it is, and then you see it's 9 and it's an IPA, it drinks really easy though.
It does.
It does.
It drinks. That's hey, like my quoted term. That's the DUI shelf beer because it's going to go down easy.
Oh, I forgot about the DUI show.
I mean,
Oh, I
I'm
haven't.
telling you, it only
DUI
comes
shelf.
on four
I'm
episodes.
fairly
so
certain
far.
we.
That's
Started
the
you
DUI
like
show.
Oh,
right
I
there.
need to
That's
put
actually
my name
behind
on
Tyler's
there.
head.
Yes. Yeah.
Pete's DUI show.
It's DUI show. I'm gonna put that on there.
Yeah,
for
I'm
next
gonna
time.
get some masking tape after you leave and a Sharpie.
Hey, that's all I deserve. Sharpie love.
Like I said, it's really good, and Pete's right. It's very drinkable.
Yeah.
For a 9% IPA, it is
Yeah.
very drinkable. But the only thing that's bugging me, I'm not getting like a hop bitterness. I'm legitimately getting like I'm chewing on an
Just
orange
a
rind.
little bit of a.
And that's weird to me. Like,
Can we see the can?
no. What are you looking for? If you're looking for the hops, I'll be impressed if you
He's
find
trying to
them.
figure out where I need to swipe on Temple Run, left, right, down, or up.
Left, right, down, up. That's right. There's so many different things.
As John's just sitting
Yeah,
there.
it's almost the code to Contra, but not quite.
Excuse me.
Nice.
I've been feeling that one build for a little while.
That's
Not that whole time we were off screen, but you just had to save it for
that's that Apple IPA coming back.
I think it's still that apple.
Ironic, I thought I burped, you burped too. Like, the entire 30 episodes we've done the show, very rarely have we actually
I want to
on-screen burped.
shout out the fucking barbecue Cheez-Its for the palate cleanser.
For getting rid of that apple.
Like, thank you.
They
Yeah.
checked that ticket.
Smoked barbecue Cheez-Its.
Hey, Noblesville Fire Department, we're going to send those to you to put out dumpster fires because they're fantastic.
Yes. So good. All right.
You go first.
It is me. It
Yeah.
is. I was just looking down to see if it was there.
Yeah, you clearly have been on the show 3 times before. 'Cause
He knows the order.
I don't even know what the order is. I'm back here behind the camera.
Yeah, you can't see. You don't know.
Yeah, like, I don't even.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
It's like a
3.
3-4.
I thought you pendulum, but I thought you were like this. Like
No.
Matt, we're playing in 3-4.
Yeah.
As a guest, I always panic when I have to
pentameter?
go first because I don't really want to be way off and be like, well, you're an idiot, Pete. What the hell? Do you like that one?
You're not even so much a guest now, you're a guest host.
Yeah, you're quickly becoming the Steve
yeah.
Martin of SNL. Two Beerded Guys. Is
Oh,
he, is
when
he
it
the
was
guest
funny?
host? Is he part of the cast? I don't know.
The whole truth, like I said, it's very good, very
Yeah.
drinkable. 9%, it will fuck you up.
Beautiful can art.
The can art's fantastic. I'm very curious to try more beer from them if possible. Again, it's from Barrier Brewing, if I'm right.
Is that label going on?
Hell
Barrel.
yeah.
They're going on
Barrier.
the cooler now?
Okay, cool.
Barrier.
Cool. What'd you say, Matt?
That label going on the cooler?
Yeah. And that's a cooler label.
It's a good one. I'm going to go with a 3. I'm going to go with a 3.25. I think it's good. I don't think it was hard for me not to bump it to 3.5, mostly because it's 9%. But I'm gonna go 3.25.
T35 is where I'm at, and I think it's pretty delicious.
Did you say T35?
I think that's what he said.
C-
Yes.
Is that like an android from Star Wars?
T35. T3520.
Yeah, there it was.
What is your score?
3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
Then why'd you say 2.5?
No, I said I'm gonna go with the 3.5.
No, he said T325. He's got to speak
I said,
Wookiee.
see, I'm gonna do a 3.5.
3D T2 blah blah blah.
Beep, boop, beep.
I don't know what just happened.
He just went to the
I
DOS
rated
page
it
as
a
well.
3.5.
Okay, go ahead, Pete.
I'm
Floppy.
going to go to 3.5 as well.
3.5 floppy disk. That's what it is.
Man, you know, because it is so drinkable, and it's 9. It's all you have to say.
The reason I couldn't quite get there was that chewing on an orange rind feel.
Yeah, but if you drank 2 of them, you wouldn't give a shit.
That's a great answer.
He's not
It's
wrong.
going to get you to where you need to be.
Allowed.
Matt, what would you give it?
First, I gotta say, help me, Mudhog B&Q. You're the only one who can.
I get it. I get it. I
I
get it. It's Star Wars.
I get that.
You gets it?
I do. I get it.
3.5. Solidly crushable. That 9%. I was right, kind of teeter point like you were, Tyler, but that 9% pushed me to a 3.5.
It gave you that final bump.
Yeah. I would have liked to have gone a little higher because it was good, and like you said, I'd be curious to try other things. It's not quite seek it out for me, but it's that solid between average and seek out. I think 3.5 is perfect score.
I'm definitely happy if they pop up on Taver again.
Yeah.
If somehow they end up in Indiana, whatever, like, I'm happy to check them out. I do have a friend that lives out in Staten Island, so maybe I'll see if they can grab me some more barrier beer. And
Yeah.
I really just pronounced Staten Island.
Staten.
I'm from Indiana. It's Staten Island, just Staten Island.
Staten? Staten.
Staten Island.
Are you a 80-year-old smoking woman?
Damn straight.
That explains a lot.
Pete's like, it all makes sense.
Like where you check that
makes
beer
sense
when
now.
you're on the inner tube. It's not a wallet.
It's where I keep my money.
It's not a pocket, Tyler.
So do you want left boot money or right boot money?
Neither.
Joke's on you. I only got beers and no titties.
2 points. That's been a great show, guys.
All right, we're Two Beerded now.
Yeah, we're going to wrap on that one.
We'll just put this back. Our next beer is it's one I grabbed from Taver. My main reason I bought it actually was for the label
It's the
art,
label, yeah.
but not for me. I knew John, being the label whore that he is, would absolutely love it. I knew if he didn't, Matt would, because it's G.I. Joe themed. So I had to buy it knowing one of the two would love it.
Have you seen more of the beers in this line in this series?
They have a lot. This is a series?
I have not.
It is. They've got more, and they're equally amazing.
Off-screen Matt just crapped himself.
I did.
He might have came like Pete.
Are they all like in the G.I. Joe theme, or are they all like just 80s franchises?
Pop art
I'd
theme.
have to double check.
Okay.
This is the Rebel
Practice on that.
Consume Life, Drink Art. It's brewed by Adroit Theory out of Virginia, from Vent Hill, Virginia. I want to know how small that town is.
I don't know.
I love
the
even
playing card art.
That's what I was gonna say. I love that.
That is. I would buy a deck of cards that look like that.
This is just sexy.
That is.
Canned on. Now it is a little old. We've had it for a little while now. It was canned on June 3rd. So for an IPA, you're starting to get a little. Your goal is 3 months.
Oh my god. I lost my breath there for a second. That's badass.
Yeah, it's quite
Okay.
badass.
The goal is 3 months or less for IPA.
So that was
we're
the
in
snake.
that
Some more G.I. Joe.
kind of realm. But it is a hazy imperial IPA at 8%. Double dry hopped with Mosaic, Brew One, and
And they do have t-shirts, man.
Motier.
Moutier.
I know.
I'm a big fan of
beer
Mosaic.
shelf, but yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Motier.
Ooh.
Matt.
We could have.
Is that a
this
hop?
is-
Have you ever heard of Motier hops?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just
Look at the
making
hops in
shit
this.
up. I love
It's
it.
Mosaic, Brew One, and Motier.
Yeah, I've got to say, like, eyeballing Tabor twice a day, every day to make sure I don't miss something really sweet that makes me butthurt that I missed like I did today.
Sometimes they're
Did you miss something today?
Resist Mango Milkshake Hazy IPA.
That's a lot of things going on.
I got their Blood Orange earlier, but I missed the Mango. I'm like, the Mango!
The official... So on the Rebel, and I have looked it up on Untapped, it is Ghost 860. It says Rebel Ghost 860 is the Untapped, so if you're looking it up. And it's even on the can, tiny. But when you look it up on Untapped, it's actually there. I saw it earlier.
I like that.
Let's find out.
Dude, yeah, everything's G.I. Joe themed.
I need that entire series of cans.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't already drank them, I don't care. I just want cans to put on my shelf.
Those are one of those, even the empty can, you might buy.
Yeah.
Oh, the label art is...
Yeah, these are sick. It's
good.
Very pop art.
It's that whole, Hope colors the light blue, dark blue, white, red, and it's apparently all G.I. Joe themed characters.
Oh, damn, those are impressive.
Right, they all look badass. And it's funny that Tyler said he bought this because he knew either John or I would.
Oh, I knew one of the
can
two
art.
would you want the can.
And I know secretly he was hoping we'd have a death battle to see who would take it.
And then you fucking bought it.
But,
I was pissed.
He said, I bought this and I saw it. I was like, oh no, I'm buying one for me and one for my other buddy because that can is badass. I don't care how it tastes.
I mean, I'm happy you did, but I was kind of mad you did because I did want to see the death battle between the two of you.
So I can't figure out what's going on.
And this is the can we were talking about.
Nose.
And for those
Did I place that well?
No, perfect. Like Ugly Pete earlier, who was struggling to put a finger on that character, that is Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe. He is a Cobra agent, badass ninja.
I'm also going to rotate this because this is the playing card art style he was talking about. So they have that on this side.
That's neat too.
And then they have a slightly different version here.
Or we're going to say tarot card.
Change on the second sip.
Change.
Also, we got 7 Blisters is on.
What up, Jeremy?
He joined. Said that label is amazing.
Oh, it's absurd.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably go and buy all their T-shirts. Hopefully
I definitely want to try to find the series of cans. So I'm gonna line them up. I've got my either coolest label art cans
Second
and all
sip's
my
actually
favorite
better.
beers that I've had.
What's that?
And
Second sip's better.
Go.
There's a weird bitterness in that background at the very end.
Maybe it's that.
I don't want to hear it. It's hop
maybe
bitterness.
Maybe it's that French hop that we don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
This is hop bitterness, though. Mm-hmm. The last beer was chewing on a goddamn orange peel.
Yep, no, I get it. I know this is definitely hot bitterness.
It does not drink as easy as the last one.
See, I think I could drink this faster than the other one.
I don't know. I think they're both very, very easy drinking, and both, for the percentage they are, don't drink like where they are at.
This one I think may drink closer to 8 than the last one did 9, but it's still. If you were to give me a sip of this and go guess, I'm still going 7. I'm not quite there.
Is it the alcohol percentage or more of that just hoppy finish, like the IPA hop finish?
There's a little bit more grassy pine in here than
a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I can say as a person that does not like that traditional IPA finish, I think this one's pretty palatable.
It's overall balanced.
It's coming off good.
Yeah, I can enjoy this one and drink it.
I really wish, and I might reach out to Kevin just to see if they have access to any, because I'd love to smell and feel the Motier hops just to see what they are and see what the aroma's like or anything like that. So I may reach out to Kevin just to see if Sun King has some in their experimental section that they haven't used yet.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
And be like, hey Kevin, I'd like to smell these.
See what the Motier hops is.
It's a lot drier than the last one. On the mouth feel.
I was saying, not as pillowy soft. That last one was kind of that classic double IPA pillowy soft.
Yeah.
This one is not quite as much.
Hotel sheets.
No, it's not crusty.
It's not crusty? What kind of hotels you stay? That's a motel.
It's
a
motel holidays.
Yeah, that's funny. It's close though. I mean, it's tasty. Whew.
It does have that grassy flavor. It has the grassy flavor like a wheat.
Without the spiciness though.
No spice. Yes. Like that green label beer that you throw against the wall.
Yeah.
The Mario Brothers background.
Oh god,
the green grass.
It was like eating a goddamn. It was like being a cow eating cud. Goddamn.
God damn.
Chewing cud.
So,
I don't even know
the
what
record
the-
show, that was the most hillbilly thing said on the show.
Yes, I was going to say, I don't even know what that is.
That's mark that.
Cud?
That's exactly where it happened.
It's the grass that cows chew on. It's called the cud.
That's been their second stomach.
I will not remember that because I don't need to.
That's okay, because John, you should make that a short board. The most hillbilly thing on the show. Bam, 20 seconds.
We raised cattle at my grandfather's. Like
Oh, there you are. I like eating
I was
cows,
an
so
FF.
I'm
Well,
glad
I was
that
not an FF.
glad
I
it's
was
a
an ag
thing.
class though.
Black Angus.
It wasn't even what he said.
what we
he said,
raised.
it's how he said what he said on
No,
top
he
of
said-
saying
State
it.
champ.
So-
State
That's
champ.
like a
Black
cow
Angus.
eating
It was good
cud.
shit.
Cow eating cud on with the rodeo clown.
Yeah.
With a rodeo clown.
By the sunset, by the creek.
So I will
Alright.
say I was really excited when I smelled this before I started drinking it.
I want to like
Yes.
this beer more than I think I do because that label is so amazing.
The label is amazing.
But yeah, it's delicious. I'm first.
If you want to be, I can go first if you'd
No,
rather.
I'll go first. I'm a 3 1/4. I think I like the other one just slightly better. This is delicious and great, and I will go get more of it because of that fucking label. Like, label alone is like a 4.5.
The label art is pretty fucking
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if we were just grading based on label art, this shit's getting a 4.75.
Yeah,
But
that's certifiably
Yeah.
dope.
And I'm probably going to go buy whatever I can merchandise-wise with that artwork on it because it's so awesome.
cool as shit.
The beer's delicious. I think it's really good. But I'm probably going 3 1/4.
I'm gonna go 3. I keep burping it up.
That's the Revenge of the Apple beer.
All right, I might have to change mine then if that's what it is. No,
I want to say this sincerely. We've never burped on the show, and then we have this freaking Apple
We
beer.
never really have.
He's got a point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So-
I'm the first guy to let a good burp rip, but I haven't had the need to on here till today. 30
is-
episodes.
It's a lot of grass for me
Can you rinse for us?
for an
I want to
IPA.
one too.
Before
I've
we
not
go into
had
Heady
that
Topper.
before.
No, I'm good.
I'm good right now.
I don't want to do that right before we drink Heady Topper. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I like it a lot. I like it better than the Hall of Truth. Hall of Truth, I was doing that 3.25 to 3.5. Couldn't figure it out. This one I was actually bouncing 3.5, 3.75.
Okay.
I'm still gonna stay on the low end and go with 3.5, but I think it's a little bit better. I think it's a little more balanced. I don't feel like this one would be the one that would give me the revenge of the heartburn. While
The other one has
The other
potential.
while the Hall of Truth, absolutely, I think is what later tonight I'm going to wake up going, fuck my life. So that's kind of a big thing for me on that. And again, it's still that orange rind I was getting from the last one was why it was lower.
Yep.
And this one was just balanced. You got a little bit of hop bitterness. It reminded you a little bit of an old school IPA with still the juiciness and the haze
Did have
of a
an old
new
school.
school. And I thought that was a cool blend. Matt, if you mattered,
You actually took some of the words out of my mouth, Tyler.
we've been in sync a lot lately.
Yeah. It's I don't
God
like
damn it, I just burped again.
But this is one of those, I don't like that traditional IPA. I don't
3/4.
like that grassy finish, but I like the way they did this one, which is really a counter characteristic for me. And the fact that I kind of really...
TBG score, so our score, mine. My score, or our score, mine.
Nice.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Just wait for you to tell the rest of the class now. But no, considering this is something that it's got that finish, that more traditional IPA thing that I normally steer away from, but I like the way that they did it. And it's, you said 8%?
8%.
I mean, that's a hardy one. I'll give the credit to the last one. It was a little more pillowy. It had a little more ABV to it. But I would almost probably pick this one off the shelf, having had them both side by side. I think I prefer the flavor of this one much against myself. I would go
Interesting.
3.75 on this one.
And they were competitive. That
Yes,
was actually
yes,
what
they
was
are
cool.
competitive, yeah.
That was what was cool about the two IPAs, though. Because it's not like, even with me giving this one a higher score and the last one lower, both times it was... It's very much
was a
that,
quarter
like...
point. It was one
They
step
were
different.
very similar, with just slight differences, and it really shows what an IPA can do.
So it is.
yeah.
It's two great, well-crafted IPAs. That really the difference in the scores was just personal preference.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
that's,
they were as different as they were similar, which is,
Yeah.
you know, like they had so much in common.
It was
so
kinda
much
cool.
polar opposite.
And that's... Alright, so that goes back to our conversation earlier, where you said, like, is it hard to give an IPA a 4 nowadays or anything like that?
Well,
Not
it's kind of
necessarily.
different with John's, like just any style in particular. Like there's just so much going on in variation.
But at the same
we
time,
came close
even a
with
more
these,
classics of it's a newer style, but the more classic version of the new style. It's really not that it's hard because IPAs, because every hop is different. Mm-hmm. Unlike with Berliner Weisses, where the only difference at that point is what you're adding to it. If you're doing a basic Berliner Weiss, most basic Berliner Weisses should be similar. But then it's what you add to it is what changes it up. What fruits you use, how you balance it. IPAs, because every hop is different, whether it changes how you smell, and like Kevin told us when we were tasting beer, which, we knew this, but Kevin really went in depth on it, how you smell really affects your taste.
Yeah.
Then there's different hops that change the flavor more. And so again, the same beer they could do everything identical, but if one person uses, what the hell was that? Maltier hops, and
Maltier.
and one uses something else.
I didn't drink with my pinky out.
Oh, that's what fucked us all up.
Damn it.
But he'd have been a 3.75 instead of a 3. But since there is such a diverse range of hops, I think that really makes IPAs the ability to still guide up and down that score list.
Yeah. Is it this way or this way?
I'm not jacking anybody off.
Thought I was gonna get him.
They don't know who you're strangering.
No, I'm still doing this.
Reverse grip?
No, you just.
I was describing Matt's size.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, they eat smaller.
Muy pequeño.
So, with that, what are the thoughts on like the stout game then too? Because that's as much as IPA has that broad ability. Would we say stouts has that breadth of range as well, or is stout
like
closed off?
I feel like the breadth of range on the stouts is going to be more in the additional flavors added, because I feel like with a stout you're not doing a lot of hops. It's just more in a lot of your grains that you're using, your malts are going to be just your darker malts, and you're not going to have as wide of a flavor range as you will in the hops with that. So I think with stouts, that variety and that range is going to be the extracts or the whatever else you add to that, the adjuncts, if you will, is what's going to make the stouts vary. But
so you say that, like, you mentioned the Berliners have only so much of a range, and the IPAs obviously have a wide range. The stouts, you'd say, would be maybe.
I think it's the hops that makes an IPA, and then the flavors of the hops.
I think stouts are in the same realm as the Berliner. It's the adjunct that adjusts it.
Okay.
Right.
Hops IPA, because there's no exact hops that go into an IPA. It's any of the range of hops.
We
made ours with Galaxy, Wakatu, and Citra. Yes. None of those 3 were in the last one we just had.
Yeah.
And they're both still IPAs.
Yeah, and with like your stouts, you're going to use, there's just certain dark roasted malts that you're going to use, and chocolate malts.
I will say the roasting level of those malts is the big adjustment, though, on stouts. Mm-hmm. So if somebody wanted to, they don't have as many options, but they can adjust that by roasting more or less, like ordering a malt that's more roasted, less low roasted, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Good talk. Next beer.
The whole time we're talking, Pete's literally just sitting there going,
I'm thirsty.
No, it's not that, because I'm excited about the next IPA we have here. I
am too. It's another 8%er.
Yeah.
This is Heady Topper, the Alchemist, Vermont. This says, this is new. So we're actually messing up, by the way, guys. Because according to this can, it says to drink from the can.
I did see that on there too, but that's going to be hard with this thing be COVID compliant.
Yeah, with COVID compliances, none of us wanting to, kill the other one's family. Although Pete's already had it, so it's fine.
I've had it 12 times. 12 different versions of the antibodies. So,
seriously?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I got super blood.
How much do you drink, though? You gotta cleanse it out, man.
Enough.
Exactly.
Enough is the
all right, so bear with me. Because this is one of the, supposed, IPAs you have to have, I am going to read what's on the can.
Go ahead.
But it is a long one, so bear with me. Heady Topper is an American double IPA. This beer is not intended to be the biggest or most bitter. It is meant to give you wave after wave of hoppy goodness on your palate. Tremendous amounts of American hops will creep up on you and leave you with a dense, hoppy finish in your mouth. So drinkable. Sorry.
In your mouth.
Yeah, that's.
I was smirking back here, but I thought you'd keep it together.
So I tried. You notice how I started the next line and just couldn't do it.
You had to tap out.
So drinkable, it's scary. Sometimes I wish I could crawl right into the can. They're killing me right now.
Uh-oh.
Freshness and control have always been my main concern when it comes to our beer. We are committed to providing you with an unfiltered and unpasteurized hop experience. Why do I recommend that you drink it from the can? Quite simply, to ensure a delightful hop experience. The act of pouring it in a glass smells nice, but it releases the essential hop aromas that we have worked so hard to retain. That's how you smell. Never mind. If you must pour it into a glass, you may find that some of the hop resins have. That's why they don't want you to see the resins. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. If you must pour it into a
unfiltered.
glass, you may find that some of the hop resins have settled to the bottom, leaving them in the can while pouring. This beer is perishable, and it's at its best when young, fresh, and hazy. Keep it cold, but not ice cold. Drink this beer immediately. We are always making more. John Kimmich, The Alchemist, Stowe, Vermont. So who makes this, actually? It's The Alchemist? I thought it was Hetty Topper.
Hetty Topper is the name of the beer, and the brewing company is The Alchemist.
All right, so I tagged the wrong people earlier.
And what's funny is that... What did you...
There was one that had this label and said Hetty Topper.
Oh.
I tagged them.
So the... They first brewed this in 2003, so before...
Not this can.
Before the IBU Wars, before New England's were a thing, like...
Before the Clone Wars as well?
Before the Clone Wars, yes. It was a more refined, elegant time.
I mean, like, before the IBU Wars, I'm like, oh, well, was that the red lasers or the blue lasers?
There might be both there. Yes. So this is probably, and being unfiltered, it's probably hazy before hazy IPAs were a thing. I mean, honestly, they weren't trying to get too bitter or anything. So I'm excited to try it.
So you said this was the
Fix the
IPA, or top-ranked IPA. Is that still the case?
According to Brian Suter, it's still one of the top-ranked IPAs in the world. On Untapped, out of 5, it is a 4.43 average with 2,300 check-ins, and that's for the 2020 version.
Huh, that's interesting.
And this is the 2020
When
version?
I look at this right now compared to the last two we had.
It is not hazy, is it?
No.
Not even a little.
I didn't figure it would be.
Well, the whole sediment thing kind of made it seem like perhaps it could be.
Watch, and he's
then
get
at the
all
very
the
end,
time.
I've been trying to...
He's doing the swirl and pour. The old swirl and pour.
I always pour off the top part and then try to spread out any sediment that's left.
You gotta spread that shit out.
So I've got one more of these, then I have another beer from these guys, so look for that on a future show.
Okay, so smell-wise, as the not IPA guy, this smells like an IPA.
It's very clean.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it is hazy.
It is on that second pour.
It's murky.
Especially of the older styles, it's
Yeah.
hazy for an old style.
Oh yeah.
Old style from Chicago.
Definitely a little bit more malt in there.
Very clean on the nose.
Oh, yeah. Nothing that's super outstanding as far as citrusy. On the nose, there's a little bit there, but it's not like the last two that we've had that was just...
Definitely more old school with a more bitter front. No juice. This is not a juice bomb. Which is why you guys can't see it, but Matt's face is
boy.
amazing right now.
Like an old woman.
Oh, boy.
He does a little bit.
What, like that
He's
smoked
sitting
80
there-
years?
He's sitting there
and
like this.
all wrinkled up.
But at the same time, like, it's not bitter on the... It's not bitter. It tricks you into, like, you taste that and you're like, oh, this is going to be old school. But it's not lingering on that tongue.
It's not as bad as others that I've had, but if you're not a fan of that older school traditional IPA, like me,
This drinks so fast.
you're still
I know.
not going to like
Like,
it.
I'm actually a super fan of this.
I can respect people that
It's a
would.
video, dipshit.
Oh.
Just talk about the
Yeah,
beer.
just keep standing
Hey,
still.
this beer is fucking tasty. Yeah. I drink more of this.
Drinking Hetty Topper,
Hetty Topper.
from The Alchemist.
Yeah.
Definitely drink more of this.
So we're watching
It's
a video
going down fast.
of them making a video.
So meta,
We're-
yeah.
we're
No, we're
breaking-
still talking to you guys.
we're
That's the
breaking
big thing.
Is that the fifth wall now we're breaking?
Maybe.
No, I'm gonna say
I really like this.
this thing blows the can art off the last can because it's so good. That last can, everybody's like, "Oh, the can art." This one, can art is what it is. It's generic. This beer tastes so good.
Like,
You have none left.
that classic old school IPA flavors without like being a palate destroyer. Like I really, really,
Well,
this is a
like,
throwback,
before the
and I love
IBU
it.
war, where that became the race, is make the hoppiest thing on the planet.
Yeah,
This is what the IPA was like at that point.
this is really good, guys.
Whose turn is it to go first? It's Pete's. What would be your score, brother?
Apple beer.
I'm gonna go 4.25.
I myself am going to give it a 4 even.
I was a 4 1/4.
Woo!
Yeah,
That was a fast. Hey
Yeah.
boys, it's a good IPA.
that's a good IPA. Like, yeah.
There's no secret sauce. It's just good.
It's a classic.
It
What
reminds-
did it end up? I wasn't actually
When you-
listening
4
to
1/4.
scores. Okay.
When you think of an old school German beer where you only have so many ingredients, right? 7 ingredients is what the purity law was. Is that
Something like
right?
that.
Something like that.
This is what that reminder, like, okay, an IPA, we're just going to make it pure,
Yeah.
really fucking
We
good.
use classic ingredients, classic hops, classic malt, and we're just gonna make it the best we can.
And-
It's fucking good.
I wanted to
Look who commented.
so I wanted,
Heady Topper?
No.
No.
I wanted to
He's still
give
drinking
shit
his.
about the can because they sold it really well, and they were like, "This is going to be the best thing you drink out of a can." Blah blah blah. It's really good. Now I kind of want to buy one.
I want to buy one to drink it out of the can.
I got one more and it's mine, boys.
Hey, I'll admit, what did I give it a score of?
4.
Okay, I was right.
4.
All right. Shoot. Sorry, guys. I was
I wanna drink
focusing
it.
You
on...
can watch your video of yourself
Well,
making a
I was
video.
focusing on this and that, and I knew what I wanted in my head, but as soon as I said it, it was like, and that's gone.
So you know the best part is you guys chug that. I'm like I don't want to
Ginger
drink
ale
it.
sipping, yeah.
It's so good.
It is
Very
very
impressed
good.
by that.
I'm not upset at all.
So far, beer of the night, right?
It is the highest rated of the night. The first,
If we go by rating.
the first over 4.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not
I
mad.
was, you know what? And I know you were excited about it.
It's a very
And I
classic
was
IPA.
least excited about it
Yeah.
just because it was the
Unexciting.
the can. I mean, the art's
Ooh,
good.
there's a little bit in there if you
Oh,
wanna-
there's a little bit. Oh, drink it out of the can. Tell us how it is.
Delicious.
Well, we let out the aromas.
Oh,
by
we let
pouring
it out. Well, at
So-
least
And we had a discussion earlier about, hey, take your classic styles and can they still be relevant? Basically, was the argument. Can they still be relevant? And
Can it
yeah.
still break a 4?
Yeah,
the classic was the best beer of the night so far.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is quite delicious.
You don't need to do
Hey,
something sneaky.
Don't be a d-bag. Recycle this can.
If that's on the can, that's an extra quarter point bonus.
Fuck you guys. Trash. No.
That
No,
is
that is
definitely on the can.
fantastic.
So Matt, what were your thoughts?
Alright, as the resident not
I watched
IPA
his
guy,
face. It was amazing.
Alright, so I had to acclimate to it a little bit. So the first sip was definitely a little abrasive for my palate. The more that I drank it, the smoother, a little better it got. It was good. I respect it. I can see the whole jazz you guys are giving it. But as not the IPA guy, I can only get so far in on it. Apple beer.
Stout type boys.
But between appreciation of what it is and knowing the quality
Fucking
versus
wonderful.
palate, I would have to go like a 3 1/4 is about as high as I can go. But that's a me thing. That's not the beer.
I was gonna say, yeah,
But
for a
that's pretty
classic
high
IPA,
for you, right?
For classic IPA, that's good for
For a
you.
classic IPA, that's really good for me. But it like you said, it didn't have that crazy. It wasn't the hop war. Like it's not hopping my face off. Like,
Right.
I can appreciate the quality to it. It's just not my style. Now this that's getting poured though
The
is your
fucking
style.
motor oil that I'm
looks
pouring
and
over here.
sounds like used engine oil, and
Looks
I
and sounds.
am getting a beer boner.
Look
over
at the
here.
color of that head.
Beer boner.
The color of that head is amazing. Yeah. No,
Jesus. Like, what camera are we on?
Can.
Alright.
Oh, it's roasted.
Alright, so
Oh.
this is 18th Street Brewing Company. We picked it up
so-
at the Indianapolis location.
Yeah.
It is a bourbon barrel aged silver spoon breakfast stout.
His coffee, straight up coffee. Like that is.
Oh,
It smells fantastic. 18th Street is very. They never put shit on their can.
No,
Nope.
Except for Wicked Sweetheart.
They make amazing can art,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
it. They're like, no, we ain't giving you shit. You're gonna have to taste this beer to know what it tastes like. But
Yeah,
it is wicked beautiful. I can't wait to show you
You said
guys.
ADV. Did you say that already? Sorry.
They don't put it on their cans.
I don't
I'm
know
going to look
ADV.
them up real quick.
I thought between the texting we had before I acquired this, we had something about that.
John was the one that originally saw it, so
Yeah.
We got to invent smell-o-vision.
Okay, right.
I really wish we could.
There's
it
been a
smells
few beers
amazing.
that like just the smell's been amazing. This is one of them. Seven Blitz also says, "Hope this is good." It's on his list. He also enjoys the brewery. Yes, 18th Street is typically really good at everything
Okay.
they do. They do a lot of IPAs.
I don't even wanna
aren't my
drink
bad,
it.
But all the stouts I've had have been phenomenal.
Okay, boys, it's a bourbon barrel aged,
I just said that.
maple, coffee, vanilla, and cinnamon.
Yeah, if you guys didn't smell the maple when you're just getting
Oh,
coffee,
yeah.
then you guys are all fucked.
Oh, I got the maple.
I just wanted to point because
What's the
there's
ABV?
nothing on it. It says 10%.
Dude.
Just,
I thought
yeah.
it was at least double digits.
Hence the bourbon. That's why I like it.
Oh, dude, your glass. Like, I don't just swish it and like watch it. Like it
It's a very
the
viscous.
legs.
beautifully
What?
viscous. I believe
The
that's how you say it.
Viscous?
viscosity. The viscosity.
Yeah, it's got again just that,
It's not over
but
viscous.
it looks good.
No,
though.
but it leaves.
It's got a
What's
good.
funny on the
got a
on
good
the skinny
flavor.
glass, it leaves it the dark tint. It
Oh,
just
yeah.
leaves that nice little.
I love watching it fall.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of good caramelized too. Oh, yeah, sorry.
big old beer nerds.
Well, the other camera's a better shot for that, but yeah, now we're on your ugly mugs.
Oh, boys.
We were all swirling it.
Yeah. This one get the full-on facial expression of sheer glee and joy.
That is a very soft mouthfeel.
And it's well balanced.
Yeah.
So
Coffee on the nose, cinnamon on the tongue.
I'm getting a lot of maple, cinnamon at the
yeah.
finish.
Yep.
That maple starts. I'm getting a
Yep.
little cinnamon, but not overwhelming.
No.
It's balanced.
And John, who's not a huge cinnamon guy, I'm glad the balance is there. Otherwise, he would destroy this beer.
No,
Yeah.
John sent the text to our little side
Yep.
TVG group of like, hey, here's the beers we're buying, like, so we don't try to double up, or hey, here's something we should try to get. And he's like, who can make it to 18th Street today? I was like, well, I've just got errands to run, and I live the closest. And then I read cinnamon. I'm like, strike 1, 2, and 3. Like everything else about this I like, but it's 18th Street. I'm gonna trust them. I went and got it, and yeah, it's just that it's like a pinch of cinnamon. Like it's, yeah.
I was never a huge 18th Street fan. In the last 12 months, because I'd had one even before we really started doing the show, it seems like they've picked up their game a ton. They were always good, according to most people. It wasn't my game, no matter what it was. Their IPAs or stouts, none of it was kind of my jam.
Oh.
But over the last 12 months, it seems like they just keep one-upping themselves constantly. To the point where now it's like, they were known more for their hoppy stuff, and it just, they're like, oh yeah, no, we're known for that, and then we're going to beat that. But then also, our stouts are going to jump up to here as well.
That was my thing. Initially, they were very, very IPA forward. That was their niche. And then they started breaking the stouts. And whenever I'd seen them at Beer Fest, I was like, see what the jazz is all about. And I started getting their stouts. And pretty quickly, they weren't always my stout, but you could tell that there's that quality, that craft, that
it seems
good
lately
delivery.
their quality control's improved. Because you'd have a great beer, and then you'd have one that in the can had gone bad.
Sounds
And then
like
you'd have, it's just, they just keep one-upping themselves.
they change brewers.
Well,
Or they just change some of their
Or got
processes.
some good people in.
Yeah.
and
Quality
help
control
change
is the big thing.
I've been told by someone who does testing of beers. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Like a former guest of the show.
But he stated that every beer he tests for them is infected. So what that really means is drink them fresh. Is what that really means.
And that's been always my thing, is I'd only been out to the original place one time, and most of the time when I was drinking their beers, it was in cans, it was out of a buddy's fridge, and there was always something wrong with it. We've had some by them that now when you drink them fresh,
See, I've only had them at Beer Fest on draft, so that's where
they aren't bringing old shit.
Yeah, and that's always been my experience with this. Because again, not the IPA guy, I never tried that. I would just walk past them and when they started carrying stouts, I would start trying their stouts, and those are always at least solid, if not good.
And like we always say, even if this is infected, we go this can this time, and this
This
can is stupid good.
Yes,
And that's the reality is.
I picked it up Saturday. This is super fresh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it was released.
They released it Saturday. I got it Saturday. This
We're
is
drinking
Monday.
it Monday.
Yeah, this is 3 days old.
It's a bad stout, guys. because you could drink.
You finish
this in
that
the
beer and get
summer.
the fuck out.
Hey, you can drink
You-
stouts
you-
anytime.
It's not boozy at all.
You spoke
I would
up too
not
early.
think
I
it's
did.
barrel-aged.
I did.
I would not think this is barrel aged. Like it is not.
No,
boozy
you're
at
gonna
all.
you're gonna hop right into this thing, and then all of a sudden
It-
go, holy shit, it's noon.
Well, and you're on
I
number
pissed
2.
myself.
You're on number 2 or
And-
3, and you're just sitting there going, "Oh boy."
It definitely deserves a spot on Pete's DUI shelf.
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
Although-
It's a front runner.
I'll say a little more that you get through it. You don't really get that upfront
No, you can't-
boozy bourbonness, barrelness, but you do kind of get the flavor of it. Much like the cinnamon.
You get the
it's-
flavor without the
it's-
booze.
Yeah, it's not heavy-handed, but it's subtly present.
The balance is just absurd.
Is it slightly metallic? Slightly.
I'm not getting it. I think I'm getting more of the cinnamon at the end.
I think it's the cinnamon you're thinking of.
Is that yeah? It
So
could be.
I think the maple and the cinnamon counteract the bourbon barrel
Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
well. Because I know how
Look at the
Yeah,
color of
I
that
know, I know.
glass.
See, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like when you switched over before you took the
So-
first drink, like, dude, you got to look at the glass.
And yes, it is our style. I get that, but it's beautifully done.
Which, I think
we
it's
will
safe
need to rinse
say
that.
Perhaps we might be the most crucial rating over our own.
We are
preferred
very
style.
critical on stouts.
I think we're probably the more critical on stouts
Yeah,
than anything else.
because
and
it is our
that's-
style.
Because we've actually said, like, oh, this is a really good stout. 3.
Right.
Like,
It's really good, but if, this isn't what we say is for. I'm not going to search this out because I've had so many stouts. I know what I like. So I know what I don't.
that
like.
doesn't help is the fact that we've had so many
Yeah.
stouts, each
Before
individually
the show
and on
even
this show.
started.
Yeah, individually and on this show, that we are very critical of stouts.
Yeah,
I'm going to say this is the best balance I've ever had from an 18th Street.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think they were very smart with how they did it. The vanilla, the cinnamon, the maple all play well off each other.
Yes.
The barrel gives you the flavor without being the bourbon
bite.
front. So
Right.
you can actually, if you wanted to drink both of these or all 4 of these or however many you bought, you
They
would.
came in 2-packs for the record.
Two
Now
packs.
the problem is, you would realize it later at 10%. But I am very impressed.
If you live in the Indy area or the region area, go get it because
I'm gonna give it a 4.25. No, I'm not. I'm gonna give it a 4 even.
okay.
I think it's a very good beer. I will buy more if I see it. I might drive somewhere to get it. Right now, I'm living in Muncie, so anywhere's a drive for me, basically.
Yeah.
Fuck my life. But it's very good. I think it's very balanced. The only criticism I have for it really at all, and that's once we pass 4, we've always talked, it really gets into personal preference after 4.
And nitpickery.
For me, it's the maple, vanilla, cinnamon. The cinnamon's great, but the maple vanilla makes it too sweet for me.
Oh, sure.
I'm getting into pastry
You get
stout
that pastry
sweetness,
side.
and that gives that it caps me at that point because I can't go very high on those over sweets usually. So I say 4.
I'm gonna go 4.25. I think it's freaking delicious. I've had a few that of similar styles that I think put it off a little bit better, but this one is damn good, and man, you should go get it. 4.25.
So I'm going to go 4.5 because I think
Nice.
it is balanced. With it being bourbon barrel, they do a good job with the cinnamon,
They did.
the maple, knocking down that bourbon so it's just not smash you in the face and ruin the stout. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great breakfast beer, lunch beer, dinner beer,
Anytime beer.
sex beer.
Dessert beer.
Sex beer. Dessert
This
beer.
would be a great.
There is no bad
This
sex
would
beer.
be a great gift, but the sweetness, I will say that getting done with sex and popping one of those open and just be like,
Here we are. What are we going to do now? Anything. I'm just going to drink this right now.
we can do whatever you
so
want in
good.
about 20 minutes when I'm done with this one. All
I
right.
need a sandwich.
Even though we are at 9 o'clock, I feel like we'll go ahead and drink our surprise beer just for shits and giggles. And I know it breaks John's heart that we're going to have one more. We are close, so we won't spend as much time unless it just wows us. If it wows us, well, no promises. But it is going to be the Dragon's Milk White Stout. Matt brought it. He's been wanting us to drink it. I also knew it was a beer I could grab without John realizing because I had it hidden in the back fridge instead of on the stout shelf, which is the main reason I grabbed it.
I looked.
I know. I'm not dumb.
It's Pete's DUI show. Officially.
Yeah, it's not on Pete's DUI shelf, so it's only a 6%er. But it's out of Holland, Michigan. I've actually been to the brewery. I've been to New Holland. It is massive. The taproom part is stupid. Like, it is. I don't even know how to describe it. It's nothing like we have in Indiana. You walk in, and you have a gift shop to your left, like a full gift shop. A massive bar in the lower half with probably 90 tables in the lower part of the building.
Wow.
You go upstairs, and there's another 30 to 40 tables upstairs with a bar. Well, no, there's no main bar. But then there's a private jazz room. They have like small bands and stuff that play in there.
Like little tiny musicians?
Yes,
oh, John, get out of my head.
But like it's a very small stage that only has about 10 tables and room for maybe 50 people at most. And they have a bar there.
So you gotta get there early and start drinking breakfast.
And it is like it's unique in the size, sheer magnitude.
Breakfast.
The whole front of the building is mostly windows,
Man.
but like tinted. So you can only somewhat see in, like it's to make you have that allure to get you in, because once you're in, you can see everything going on outside. It's gorgeous. It's a cool place.
All right, pour the damn beer.
Wow. I've never
Excited.
seen John get excited.
You sold enough of the sizzle. John wants the steak.
Yeah, some steak.
I've never seen John excited. I don't know how he has 2 kids.
I really.
John, pour you in Matt's.
All right.
Oh,
I got it. That's funny.
Last beer since I wasn't, and that's like...
No.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
This recording is done. Thanks, people. No, I was gonna just say that was an amazing stout from 18th Street. Very well balanced, like was said. The ABV was on point. It was smooth. It was very palatable. I would have, if it would have been a little thicker consistency, and if it would have been a little stronger than ABV, it would have been a 4.75 for me.
A little stronger. It was a 10.
I know, but at that point, if we said if you're getting that 4+, it's the nitpickery at that point.
Oh, I know. I just think it's funny. A little stronger on the ABV.
Yeah.
We did have a 14
I
last.
was gonna say, if I'm drinking a stout and I'm gonna give it 4 or 5+, it's gotta be that.
His point is bourbon barrel aged, and it's only 10%.
It's so many words, but I would say a strong 4.5. If you can go out and get it, try it. It's delicious. It is very, very good. Definitely one of my probably more favorite beers on the show.
Oh my god, this is so bland compared to the last one.
Well, yeah, we just had that.
We just had like an
I know,
amazing,
but
flavored.
I'm not bitching about the beer. I barely tasted it. It's just that first sip was like, it's a lager. No,
It's a white stout.
I keep thinking about like Brewlink because the only other white stout I've had. So I'm gonna New Holland and Brewlink are my 2 white stouts.
I've had one other, and I'm drawing a blank on who it is, but I remember having it.
As a guy that perpetually chases down the white
I
stout,
think I like this one better than the Brew.
there's only
I think so.
if you had the Brewlink on draft, it's amazing.
I have,
like
yep.
we had the conversation
Yep.
between the break. Can is really hit or miss depending on your can when it was batched or whatnot. This is one that I've had before and I'm having it again. I'm a big fan of New Holland generally, and I'm a fan of the Dragon Milk series.
Dude, go to their place. They have some small batch stuff that they don't release. Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
god!
that sounds like a fun trip. Now that as you went through that whole 5-minute spiel, are you a tour guide on this part time on the weekends or?
There's
Sounds
very few breweries in that area I haven't been to now.
But when I had this before, not preceded by a 10% breakfast stout that was barrel aged in cinnamon and vanilla and maple, this thing held its own very well. It was a very delicious white stout, which is one of those things that I want to love them, but they're hard to apparently get right. Brewlink's on draft is good. This one's good.
Well, you got to think it's a lighter body. Swanzig's is the one I've
Yeah,
had.
so
There it is.
Those are the only 3 white stouts I've had that I actually liked, and this is one of those 3. I've had many, many more that I had that just did not have that flavor and weren't able to deliver.
So help me out. What makes a white stout? Because I'm liking this. I understand that shit. Thank you. There's a reason why no one likes you.
He's not wrong.
No, I understand the light color. So what is it that malty? What's
It
causing
has to do with
that?
the malts
When
and the
done
roast
properly,
level.
it's going to be obviously that use of that white coloring. It's
Right.
going to have that some stouty notes. Typically, more prominently like a coffee flavor to it.
I always thought oatmeal.
When brewed, it's going to be brewed with the stout body in mind, where they use a ton of grains, a little ton of malts, but it's going to be lighter roasted. Is my understanding. Now, I'm not a brewer. I'm giving you what I've been told.
I never made a white stout. I don't know. Yeah.
But they're not that common for a reason. But my understanding is it's lighter roast. And there's something else, and I want to say it's more oatmeal than other things. But I not 100% sure. My understanding is the roast level, and then there's something else. And I just can't remember what the fuck that something else is.
So I'm really liking this. Never having a white stout.
Oh, you've been fucking down white stouts.
Well, no,
I mean,
like I said,
this
normally they're very meh. It's finding ones that are good, which I said the ones I've tried, 3 that I typically can like, and Brewlinks is, depending on can or draft, hit or miss. But this one and Zwanzig's, which I've only had Zwanzig on draft in fairness as well, so I don't know.
That's all I've had for them too.
Yeah, I don't know how that tastes in can. This I've only had in can twice, and I'm like, this is pretty consistent on the couple times that I've had it. So this has kind of been my more leaning into white stout.
No, it's good.
I mean, it's not what we just drank. It's a whole different game.
No, but it's a completely different style, and that's actually kind of the reason I went with it. So I felt like doing a back-to-back stout when I had a feeling that one had a good shot at being good, I thought was a bad idea. So I went with a completely different style of stout.
The white stouts always remind me of oat milk cookies or oat milk cream pies.
You could make a good oat milk cream pie.
Yeah.
You could make a good oat milk cream pie with this, flavor.
Yeah.
I've never had a white stout, but I'm really liking it.
Yeah. Do you score first?
Just
No,
be
you
careful
do.
you set your expectations
I do.
too high trying others.
I'm going to go 3.75. I think it's tasty.
Pete?
From your initial reaction, that's way higher than I expected. I'm kind of like what?
I was doing the same thing.
The
but-
guy's like, man, I didn't really taste much. Downed it, walked away.
Yeah. No, Tyler was right. It's having it after the 18th Street isn't fair to this, but I drank enough of it to recognize it is pretty tasty.
I also think it helped. It probably even doing it. The first sip didn't do it any
I
favors.
mean, it's pretty tasty.
But as you finished it, I think it helped it out because if you compare this to lighter beers or even stouts, but you're doing them in between, that's where you're like, oh, that was kind of, eh. But right after a big bold one, doing something like that, it's like that first sip, you're like bland, and then after that, you're like, oh no, this is pretty fucking
no,
good.
it's flavorful, and it's super drinkable. I don't.
Oh, it's crushable.
I could drink 3 or 4 of these and feel real good and not feel like I've changed my oil. All that fucking heavy motor oil.
Did you say changed your oil?
Yeah, he did. So you said 3.75?
3.75.
Pete?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I think it's very good.
So we're 3.75.
I can't give it much more than that.
Yeah.
So, 3.75 is the average. Matt, if your score counted?
If my score counted, it'd be a 3.75, which is probably about the average.
Yeah, it's average.
Because I've bought this, I suck it out for the show, and I would seek it out again. But it's not quite that echelon of where I'm like, oh my god, it's
I have to have
super
this.
high. But if I'm out and I see it, I definitely get it.
We're on our 15th mule to try to get us Martin House pickle beer. It's not...
Yeah.
I need more of that.
I do need more of that.
Make sure the cans go long ways, not sideways. Make things a lot easier.
I want that Cookie Monster.
That does sound interesting.
Whiskey barrel aged. I don't even know what it is.
There was a lot of things going on in that. Yeah.
I've realized
Did you see their Dunkaroos that they just sold
I tried
out
to
of?
win the Dunkaroos.
Yeah.
Can confirm. I watched them do it through half of Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
It cracks me up. They're definitely the Texas version of 450.
Yeah.
Except I like their beer.
Good.
Hey, I boycott 450, so never.
So
had a
what
beer.
you're saying is next time you're going to be on the show, that's all, we don't tell
The
you.
450
You show
show.
up and it's just nothing but 450.
Right? It's
Which I'll
half
say for the trouble, Pete.
it's-
We're never doing another 450 show. We've done it once, maybe twice. And
No,
Tyler,
one 450 show.
Tyler won't let it happen again.
No.
Nothing like exploding shitty beers. Let's go. And I've never even drank one, so sorry if you like 450.
Oh, Seven Blister says, quote it, getting down with sex. Done with sex.
Oh.
Right, it's like the smallest type because we had to adjust for our right side bannerdom.
Yeah.
So I got to squint really hard to use my good eye. But getting done with sex.
About the
Getting
last
a
beer.
sandwich.
Yeah, sandwich.
Overall, guys, that was a great show. Make sure you follow us on all socials. Follow, subscribe. Matt just smiled like I
What
taught him that.
You almost got it.
I got it right.
Hit like, click, subscribe. Just rolls off the tongue.
No, you gotta say follow too.
That's your job.
We'll have to figure it out.
Anyway, fucking do all of it. But hit us up on all socials. Make sure you check out our merch.
Smash that like button.
We do have, John and I do have a goal of getting some new merch up soon.
Yes.
We need to get together and kind of go over a few things, but we're gonna try to get some new merch items up. Make sure you follow us on Untapped, please, guys. That's where we throw up all our reviews or all our ratings, so you can always go back and check what we say. Excuse me. I'm telling you, it's that damn apple beer. I've never burped this much in the
That's
show.
why every time I burn a blade on apple beer, I can't imagine it not being it.
Other than that, guys, we love you. Be ready for our chug challenge.
Yep. So, couple upcoming notes. Chug challenge. Starting Friday, ends on Saturday, Sunday or Monday. I forget which one. But follow Beer Life Official on Instagram for those details. Number 2, follow the podcast. We got lots of podcasts going on. We've got another recording just as soon as we end this, which will probably be up in 2 or 3 days, which will be awesome. Do we want to announce the movie?
It is going to be the Big Lebowski.
Amazing movie.
The dude abides.
Wonderful.
The dude definitely abides.
Yeah, 100%. We have Nightcap, Russell, Hecubus, and I are going to switch up the Thursday night. We're going to go live on Instagram. So back to the roots, baby.
How are we going live on Instagram on Thursday nights on a phone call?
I'm going to just have my phone going, and then I'm going to invite Russell in, so it'll be the split screen.
I'm not going to be on the show. I see how it
Yeah,
is.
you can hear it.
No, I see how it
You can hear it.
is. Last time I checked, Two Beerded Guys is 2 of us.
We'll try.
That is not actually going to happen unless we figure out how to make sure I'm on the
Not
show.
the last few weeks on.
I was there last week.
Yeah. But bottom line, we're going to try to get an Instagram live thing going again because that's good stuff. Back to the roots.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, so we'll see if it actually happens.
Speaking of Instagram, follow Off-Screen Matt
Yes.
for the contest.
Yes.
There you are.
If you follow Russell Nightcap Hecubus, great. Unfollow until September 1st.
And then you can refollow.
Then refollow. Politely.
But other than that, we love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm TBG_Ops Guy.
My dog being Q.
Ugly Pete.
Behind the camera,
Off-Screen Matt.
we're Two Beerded Guys. Have a good one.